When we last left our brave adventurers, they were going to talk to an elven hermit about something. I don't even remember what you know.
Well, we know that... let me find her name. Imagine if my notes were coherent.
Naya Kairoris.
Naya Kairoris. We know that she is a revolutionary who also hates the train and is like an incredibly strong martial person. Like,
Right.
not the type of hermit that only sits under a waterfall and meditates.
No.
That's not how she was described to us.
No.
In fact, it was the Cassandra's like little conclave that first described her before we asked our question of Rickon.
Yes, they are familiar with her.
Mm-hmm. But weren't able to give us anything resembling specific directions. We were able to prize that from him.
I think she visits them, not the other way around.
Right. Which would make more sense.
The impression Skedis gave is that as tough as Cass is, she's a lot tougher. So.
And Skedis also gave the impression that she would be very interested in a proposal to destroy the train rather than simply hold a blockade.
Right. I will destroy this. Oh, there are people on there. They knew the risks.
Did they?
Did they, though?
You know, I think they did. Actually, I agree with this.
Let me see if I can find a little elven cottage. Oh, damn. Yes, I can. So you guys spend 3 days hiking through the wilds with, who is this twit? This Betala's son.
Rickon.
Rickon, with Rickon. There's nothing in here that's stupid enough to fuck with you guys. And you come to a small cottage.
Oh, how nice.
And he looks at all of you and says, "How many of you speak Elven?"
Meredith raises a hand.
Just Sylvan.
How far back does your Elven go?
Enough to play that little trick on you.
Fair enough. Meredith, what's the name of your weird ASMR thing? True Speaker?
True Speaker.
True Speaker. Because you are a True Speaker, you will be able to translate directly what Carrera says instead of this guy.
Okay.
And he just looks at all of you and says, "All right, which one of you is gonna knock?"
I'll do it.
All right, Cass, you can knock on the door. I should mention, like, this area, like, you've been going through woods and woods and woods. I hope you like woods. Occasionally there is a stream. Sometimes there is a river. But other than that, it's a canopy of trees so big and so large that it coats the entire underbrush in a smothering shade.
So, I mean, Cass is, like, terribly infatuated to be back in the wilds. So she like goes over and hugs trees, scrambles up trees and cliff faces. Like, everybody else is slower than her, so it kind of works out. But yeah, it's she's like, you catch her stroking some trees. She's just seems like she's kind of refamiliarizing herself with the place.
Oh, damn. Sometimes you find something that's just too good. Oh, no. Nope, this is the one. So, Cass, I believe you were going to knock on the door.
Sure.
From behind the door comes a remark that, sounds vaguely like the intonation is similar to "come in," but it's like in a fucked up wackadoo language you don't understand.
All right. I'll just respond back in Sylvan and say, I hope that means come in, and open the door.
You open the door.
I do.
Inside it is a cozy little cottage. There's a bed and a hearth and a comfy chair, and a positively ancient elf sitting in said chair, reading a book.
And I'll just sort of nod my head respectfully. I'll say greetings, and I'll wave the others to come in. I'll say greetings in Sylvan, which just hope against hope that he might not understand.
Oh no, she has no idea what you're saying.
Okay.
Well, not she has zero idea of what you're saying, but like she can't. It's all body language is all she's getting.
Let's see, linguistics 23. In my best attempt at ancient Elven, I will introduce our party. By name, gesturing to each of us, and we're the Gate Crashers. I think that we have a proposal you would be most interested in.
She laughs and says something like, "Oh, my dear, you almost speak Elven like a full-grown woman."
So, looking at this woman, is it all like whipcord, Rudy-looking muscle?
No, she looks like she looks as tough as a grandma can be.
Okay.
You would guess, her strength score is above 10, which is impressive considering her age.
That is impressive.
Because we're dealing with all physical scores go down by 6 and all mental scores go up by 3. A proposition, you say?
I'll speak plainly, as your time is valuable, as is ours. We seek to disrupt the Moloch Express permanently.
A point of contention? Your time is valuable. My time is eternal. But you say derail the Moloch Express, and that makes me happy. I may be able to teach you trick to derailing Moloch Express.
Ah. We would be very interested.
And she just looks at you and says, "You worship Gemma's scion, yes?"
I do.
You may be able to understand what I do better than most. People call me heretic because I understand Legion and Leviathan.
Oh shit.
There are many people of my faith that would currently call me heretic as well.
Exactly. That is why I know you will not get so bent out of shape about it. so many other worshippers of Halt and Gemma who do not understand that the Hell Emperor can contain multitudes. That is the strength of strength. But yes, the tricks of Legion and Leviathan can be turned towards mortals just as much as it can be turned toward immortals.
Oh. And Meredith inclines her head respectfully and just says, whatever you are willing to teach, I am willing to learn.
I will teach you how to make a miracle out of men. And she explains to you, she gives you a heady explanation of, morphogenesis and the new sphere.
Oh.
If you're familiar with the concepts.
I do have a couple ranks in knowledge planes.
Okay, so basically the material plane is more morphogenic than you might think. You just need a whole lot of people believing in something, and you need to enforce that belief.
Okay.
If you choose one of you as Scion and have enough people cheering them on, they can pick up the train and throw it aside. They called me Saint during the migration.
Well, that would certainly be enough belief.
Did this trick more than once. Difficult to do. Need many onlookers.
Is it just a matter of witnesses, or do they all have to be cheering you on?
They all need to believe it is possible. More so than believing it is possible, they need to know it's going to happen. The bigger the feat, the more doubt comes in. So the more you need to keep the crowd focused.
I would assume that magical coercion isn't as good as the real thing.
Magical coercion does not work, but hallucinogens are very useful. People start knowing when they are incapable of thinking.
Whereas substances more open the mind.
Exactly. Thousands of drunk men cannot think any longer. They only know things. Tricky part, getting elven men drunk. And Meredith, you can relay anything to the rest of the party, so if anyone else has anything to say, they can toss something in.
Yeah, Meredith has to wrench herself away from the conversation after the mention of Legion and Leviathan, and then has to remember that she's supposed to be translating, but she will fill you guys in on everything that the Kararis has said.
Huh. How many people are we talking?
The more, the better. Too few people get crushed under train. No such thing as too many. The more people who are present, the bigger feats you can perform. No longer derailing train, throwing train away.
We talking a dozen, 100, 1,000?
Many thousands.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
So a city.
Oh no, look! A dozen men believe that something is possible. I kill a dozen men.
Sure.
Just like, I kill a dozen men in a fight. I don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, the elves would be one thing. They're gonna be tougher. But we could
Oh god.
we could get a lot of kind of very malleable, stupid people to come to a really incredible party. Get them really stoned, and that's more hundreds. I mean, I think we could probably get hundreds back. The people that we call day trippers. It used to be dozens of them. If we make a good sales pitch, we could probably get hundreds, but thousands would have to come from the Elven City. I mean, I don't see how we're going to get thousands of people from, say, Wind City, and I don't think there are enough locals to support that, like local humans.
Mooser's question, Reynolds.
Shoot.
I know that the initial council seat and meetings kind of broke down what we put on the top of the mountain.
Right.
But is that sort of meeting technology known?
Yeah, that's still definitely doable. And like, the meetings can definitely be used, but like if you tried to spoilers, if you tried to bring this to the council at the peak, Connor would be like, excuse me?
Yeah, Connor's
No.
Yeah, no.
It's similar. What if we've got a little bit of time? We've got the airship for fast travel. What if we went to Grub and asked him to build us something that we could use to show people in Wind City and Armstrong and Oasis, so they could watch this happen?
Carreras speaks up and just says, not bad idea. Power wanes with distance.
With distance.
Not bad idea. Give you some strength from people not present.
Hey, what about that stuff? Just an idea. That stuff that Sam's been talking about. That Sam, those trips you take. You haven't mentioned them for a while, but you said something about like you saw my friend, the artist, in your dreams.
Yeah, that hasn't happened at all recently.
What about dreamers? I'll look at Meredith to see for translation.
Not so great on this one. She looks kind of embarrassed, trying to figure out the word, and eventually tries to get the idea out in modern Elvish.
Right. Dreamers. Like she herself is confused. Like, you want people to dream about feet.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Cass, is that right? You want to put dreams in their head? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm thinking about collecting dreamers, getting them all into like some sort of, dream space. I mean, if Grub could do it, can come up with some mechanism for doing it, and then they're not really far away. I mean, every place in a dream is as far away as every other.
But they wouldn't really be witnessing it, would they?
Yes and no. I mean, if if people under the effects of drugs, hallucinogens and stuff are able to do this effectively, then people in dreams might be just as strong or even stronger than conscious people.
If you want to try to set up a Dreamlands network and send a whole bunch of people into a bizarre hallucinogenic coma to witness an act of saintly strength, go for it.
All right, might be more work than that than we really want to
I
deal
was
with.
about to say, how skilled are you at aneiromancy?
Oh, I'm assuming someone else is going to do the work.
Right. And which of us? do you
I
think?
crack heads. I'm pretty good at it.
Unfortunately, we need those heads mostly intact.
You know.
Yeah, and Mary says, unfortunately, I think it's just the 7 of us.
Well, I mean,
Start.
the party idea is definitely one way to get people stoned, and that's part of the battle. We could organize these events as gigantic parties in each city. I have contacts, at least in Wind City, that could make that happen. Provided we have enough booze and drugs.
Do we need thousands of people? Like, the more the merrier, like she said, but if we get enough to just derail the train, like, we don't need to throw the train off the mountain.
Oh yeah, baseline you will need thousands.
Right, okay.
But like, I don't know, maybe like only 3,000, 4,000, like 6,000. 6,000 baseline.
DM question.
Shoot.
Around how many at its peak? Around how many people locals would visit the wild for like, say, the biggest parties? We're talking about
Midsummer and shit.
Yeah, the biggest party you can't remember had like 500 people at it.
Okay.
I should also mention she has a little shrine with some old relics.
So she's a brawler, huh? Or she's a Lucador.
Yes.
I figured that was what she was when you'd asked about that.
Right. And fuck it, there's like a painting of her in her heyday, like holding up the head of like a severed demon, her Kestis knuckles gleaming with blood.
All right, so we could probably get a few hundred locals. We could probably get based on what we saw in not Oasis, Haven. Is Haven the other city in District 2?
Yeah.
The one where Mary put on her kick-ass show.
Based on what we saw in Haven, when I was checking on what the party scene was, it's miserable. I bet we could get a bunch of kids from Haven to go to a party. We're gonna need some money because we're gonna need to get a lot of booze and a lot of drugs. But I think we have enough. Yeah, we got plenty. We've got money for that.
She does idly remark to herself, "It is children who know who are the strongest."
And
How many-
I have contacts in Wind City, but I don't know anything about. And even in Mirage, I didn't really talk to anybody. Yeah, I don't think it's enough.
Children are the strongest? Can you elaborate?
Children know who are the strongest. They look at someone, they know who's gonna win a fight.
Do are magical children more powerful than normal children?
Yeah.
Aziz.
Yeah.
And she hears you all saying this, and she's like, Elf City, all just over there.
Hmm.
Harder to negotiate with, yes, but many. Some very angry.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that too.
Well, we do have a list of sympathetic houses to our
But-
cause.
But at the end of the day, we're not elves, and that makes a difference. Unless we have, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just not my experiences. I'm not sure if they'll listen to us. I mean, maybe you, sis, you speak the language, but you're still, those ears still aren't pointy.
Well, forgive me for saying this, but I don't think that anyone with pointy ears has been getting any closer to destroying this train.
And Selena pipes up and says, I have an in.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who?
And like she looks at Rakan and she's like, I'm his shit, what would I be? I'm his half sister. One reincarnation removed.
That's right. Huh.
That being said, I don't think anyone's gonna believe that I can pick up a train. And she says, like, flexing an anemic muscle.
That would take a bit of effort.
Yeah.
Think of how impressive it would be, though.
I think she's got a flat 10 in strength. Yep. And due to recent revisions in her character, I'm just gonna knock that charisma score down, way down. Let's knock that shit down the trash. Still, I have legal standing to enter the city. And Rakan says, and I do owe you one additional favor. You may spend it however you wish.
Well, I suppose favors can be kind of long term if we ask broadly enough.
If you make the right in.
Turning to Selena, you have the authority to get into the city. Do you have the authority to bring guests?
I don't see why not.
These are dangerous lands, after all. You need an escort.
Ooh, that's a good angle.
I'm very happy to look the part.
Huh. Rakan pipes up and says, well, actually, I hate to correct things, but who am I kidding? I love correcting things. And he looks at Selena and says, you and I are not related.
Really?
Your mother married my father. And then they had me. Then she went off. So we're related. We're half siblings. Is that once removed? Is that how that works? No.
I think that would be the easiest way to say it.
Right. We share no common blood. We share only the results of an incredibly messy divorce. But who knows? Maybe we can still leverage it anyway.
I mean, people love to gossip.
People do love a messy divorce.
So you're both true half siblings to that chick over in Mirage.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes, she would bridge our two families. And then Selena just idly remarks, man, the Chosen suck.
Agreed.
Yeah, I ran away from home when I was 16. Just saying.
Just saying, you had the right idea.
It sounds like it's going to be work.
Convincing people to believe in things? Yes, always.
So fucking hard. Have you considered maybe you should believe in something? Ooh.
It's just so much easier to get stupid people drunk and stoned.
Unfortunately, you have to find the people first.
I know.
And there's only so far they're gonna go to get drunk and stoned. They could get drunk and stoned over here, you know?
Well, it depends on if you have really good drugs.
We have to walk a very fine line because calling this a drunken rave will get a certain crowd. Making an open challenge to Connor and the railway will get an entirely different overlapping crowd, but will present its own challenges.
Yeah, but even angry, motivated people, well, a lot of times are going to be kind of skeptical about someone throwing a train, as opposed to drunk, corny, stoned teenagers who, yeah, if you tell them you can do it, they're going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
And then Mary pipes up and says, and I'm all here for a whole bunch of incredibly addled teens cheering me on while I flip a train or whatever, but I think I'd prefer not to be the goddess of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. We already have one of those, and she's kind of a problem. Oh god, I was talking to someone about Lila, and they're like, so she's basically lumpy space princess if she did a lot of drugs. And I'm like, yes!
Oh my god, you're right.
Yes! Exactly!
They hated him because he spoke the truth.
Like, exceptionally powerful, but totally useless.
Who's Lumpy Space Princess?
She's from Adventure Time.
Adventure Time.
Oh.
Lumpy Space is just like a weird
It's like a
alternate
cloud
dimension. Yeah. And the Princess of Lumpy Space is like a very rebellious teen, so much so that she like runs away from home and ends up living in the woods for like 12 seasons of the cartoon. And she just pops up every once in a while, like eating squirrels and living off the land. But at the same time, she thinks everyone is super into her, and she's super into everyone. But the only thing that we're missing is the liberal application of mind-altering substances. Oh, she also plays the drums real good. Oh, fuck. I'm bored, and I'm not having any fun.
Yep.
Holy shit. Anyway.
By the way, guys, are you hearing a lot of crunching noises coming from me?
Nope.
Not really, no.
I mostly.
The only thing I really hear coming from your mic is sometimes when you speak, there's like a rapid clicking noise. But that's
I
fine.
figured that's just like a fan in the background.
Yeah,
I tuned
but
it
that's
out.
it.
It is
Yeah,
fan.
That's not a
Okay.
problem.
No, I've been munching on wasabi peanuts, so I wasn't sure if you guys could hear that.
Nope.
Munch away. Munchings and munchings.
So that is the proposed plan. And, hey, there are a lot of other things you could potentially do. I'm just saying, Baloth baiting isn't off the table.
I would like to ask about that, actually.
Who are you gonna ask?
Kararis.
Ask someone else about giant beasts. I don't care about them.
Fair enough.
I prefer eating small things, easier to kill. Woman and crone can only live off of leaves for so long. And then she starts off on a story about, like, the smallest, most meddlesome thing that she had to kill.
I bet it was a squirrel.
No, she describes it as, like, some sort of sprite-like creature that had the strength of a man but the body of a brownie.
Huh.
And she remarks that, like, it tried to, like, jump up and, like, get into her mouth and start pulling her teeth out.
Well, that's rude.
Yeah.
But that brings up a very interesting... The Fae can't like that the Moloch Express goes through the wilds.
Oh, absolutely not. Wild things hate machine things.
And they haven't done anything about it. Why?
Can't get too close. Machine things make them sick.
Ah, the iron.
Cold iron.
That makes a lot of sense.
Now that
Do
you
you
think
they'd
about
be
it,
willing to...
Meredith, were you one of the ones who saw the things in the tunnels?
I can't remember. I don't
Yeah.
think so. I didn't have perception as a class skill.
No,
at that
I
time.
think that was
I think it was just Durs and Harlan, maybe?
yeah.
Oof. But Harlan, that begins to make sense. There are Fae in all the wild places, especially in tunnels. There's probably something down there that was like, fucking hate that train, fucking piece of shit train. Alternatively, Myconids, those guys get everywhere. I don't think Myconids can survive above ground though. I think sunlight kills them.
That's fair.
Anyway, irrelevant. Point is, that might explain what was looking at, what was casting that shadow.
But
No,
that...
If it's gonna be Mary doing this, then it can't be a massacre, right? You can't
I would
kill everybody.
honestly prefer it to not be a massacre. I think I can just gently shunt the train over, but, you know, if we fuck this up, I will get fucking splattered.
We're not going to fuck it up.
Well, I was just thinking in terms of you becoming Marduk. You know, Marduk and massacre are two things that you think in the same breath.
It'd be a pretty fucked up... I mean, if you want to have a bloody-handed god of vengeance be in charge of what's good and right on this plane, then I don't
It's
think
not like
that's such a good
Marduk
idea.
ever didn't get his hands dirty.
It's true.
You can't have a god of war without having made a few tactical errors.
Yeah, but he was usually pretty good about not killing the innocent.
Yeah, the collateral
But
damage
not
thing.
flawless.
And then Kairoris points out people on train guilty. They know what they signed up for.
I would comment on the fact that we rode on that train not too long ago, and probably there are other people in similar circumstances to us who rode on the train.
That's unfortunate.
Fine, send out warning. Those stupid enough to ride deserve to die.
Guilty. Right to jail. Right away.
And Mary's like, if we can send out a campaign that will keep people from riding the train for a couple of weeks, it might tip people off to what we're doing and when, but that would relieve my guilty conscience.
Send our ship to ferry them. Find out what stations these people are using to travel and where to. And while we're stuck here in the wilds, planning the world's biggest rave, then that's what our ship can be doing.
That works, and then our crew can tell people don't use the Moloch Express. Something bad's gonna happen.
The people that are already reluctant to use the train will talk to each other.
Exactly. For however long it'll take us to make this happen, it's gonna news will spread just as far.
I had another thought. The Fae hate this thing, but they can't get near it.
Nope.
The Fae, and she just kind of starts pacing, just like drumming her fingers together, are well versed in mind-altering magic.
Quite possibly the best first, yes.
If we could convince them to help us influence people, they could help without having to get near the train.
You may have indeed just found your Romancers.
Could the Fae contribute to the population, providing us the ability to perform this feat?
Oh yeah.
So they could.
Even though
so-
the, gosh,
The train repels them.
exactly.
Well, yeah, but they don't have to go near the train. They just need to be within eyesight of it, right? And
Yeah,
then,
they just need to be within eyesight so they can stay a safe distance away, being like, yeah, get him! Fuck that train up!
Perfect.
So we have the Fae to help us convince the Elven people, and we also have the Fae to help us provide bodies for this saintly feat.
Fairy's shy, only going to get so many. Which is
Can
It's
you
alright, every little bit helps, right?
right. Like, you'll get the most bellicose Fae, but your average Nixie or your Brownie or whatever, they're not going anywhere near the Moloch Express. You're gonna end up with a bunch of weird ladies and gentlemen with parasols waiting to watch the disaster.
I've met a few hags over the years. They're usually up for like a good disaster.
You are not wrong. And we don't need to tell them that the train is going to mostly be absent of people. You know what, actually, I think even if we tell them the train's going to be absent of innocents, they're going to be so down.
Yeah, I mean it's mayhem. It's from what I could tell, most of the hags I met, they didn't even care if people died. They just wanted, I don't know, like a mess.
Hags love them some entropy. If anything is reaching, trying to rise, and something slaps them down, hags are fucking hard as rocks about it. Big, small, doesn't matter.
Alright, we're getting somewhere now.
It's coming together.
So we need to talk to the Fae,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to talk to the elves.
Yes.
Have we given up on the idea of going to visit Grub and seeing if he can assist us with his technology?
No, I think that's still a good idea.
I'm with Meredith on that. Still a
If we're
real
going
good
to do this,
idea.
we do everything.
We can start local, and then if we don't have enough people, we can branch out. So the Fae and the Elven City are closest, so we can try them first, and then if we have enough, we can try it, or we can, if we don't think we have enough, we can go to Grub and other places.
Yes.
So are you learning teleport anytime soon? And this will make everything so much easier.
I don't know. It might be a while.
Oh.
So teeth-stealing brownies aside, Kararis, have you any advice on how to meet with the Fae?
Don't
Do
sign
I step into a
anything.
mushroom circle?
All she says is, "Don't sign anything."
Fair.
Where to find? Don't know. Move in forest, not keep track. Make sure they healthy distance away, so can tell you that they're not near.
How are the Fae's relation to the Elven City? I imagine it's particularly strained now, but...
Racken pipes up, and he's just like, "That's an interesting conundrum. Technically, we are subordinate to the Fae, because we're living in their forest. But at the same time, we have, bows, and magic, and cold iron arrows.
And numbers.
And numbers.
Probably.
Ooh, big on numbers. And, fairies don't like numbers.
Unfortunately, I don't think my microphone's picking up exactly how furiously I'm scribbling in my notes. But rest assured that I am. Okay, that's good. A little bit of animosity is good. It means that we have an edge for leverage.
True. Maybe take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to stop watching this damn one.
Lump off.
All right. Static images. Good. Huh. Trying to find the Fae. I mean, they're always around when you don't expect them or want them. They're not big on being there when... Bowl of milk. Get the small fry.
That would be a good place to start.
Where are you going exactly?
I said bowl of milk.
A bowl of milk.
Just leave out a bowl of cream. What could possibly go wrong? All right, you got a 30 on linguistics. What are you trying to relate?
Just thanking her for her hospitality and advice, and I hope that you come and witness our own saintly feat when it's time.
It would be my pleasure.
I'll deeply bow and go to leave, because I feel like we have gotten everything out of Kyraris that we're going to.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna have too much information about how to do this. It's just this is a thing
She's
that
given us the pieces, we have to assemble the puzzle.
right. This is a thing that you can do. Oh, cool. Where do we find fairies? I don't know, man. Fucking, do I look like my fairies keeper?
You tell him to give my premolar back, then we talk.
Yes, you guys are once again in the wilds.
Actually, before we leave, I'll just... can you ask one more question for me? Does she
My
have a
sister
cat?
has one more thing.
Does she have any cats?
I ask that?
Yeah.
Meredith nods.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
And she just intones the name Bruno. And when she does this rather hefty feline ambles in. It's not quite fat cat status, but like this cat knows its shit.
It's a unit.
It's a fucking unit. Why is it so why is it such a heckin' chonker? Because he's so good at killing.
He's a murderer.
Yup.
Yeah, murder.
Birds, squirrels, mice. Bruno kills them all.
I'm typing something to say to Bruno.
Are we allowed to talk about this cat?
Ooh.
I say that to the cat and Sylvan.
So you kneel down to talk to Bruno, and you give him the message, and he just like slaps you in the face. Not hard, just like a bat.
Well, thanks if you can pass it along. I appreciate it.
You're not sure if the cat is winking or not.
If you guys speak Sylvan, essentially, Cass is speaking to some lady and asking if she's there, and if she'd be interested in meeting.
The only Bruno I can find is a 25-pound cat who has a viral video about being 25 pounds.
Not the biggest cat I've heard about
No,
or seen.
not the biggest house cat, but like, whoa.
Oh, that cat has a Maine Coon.
Oh yeah.
Coloring's off, but the fur and the build.
It's chonky. I wonder if a Maine Coon crossed with a Norwegian forest cat would just like be
Explode.
literally the size of a dog. Oh, the answer is yes.
Oh God.
You found it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's such a big cat.
That's a huge bitch.
What's the other side?
Norwegian forest cat and Maine Coon.
Yep.
Oh wow. How much does that damn thing weigh? It looks like it's 40 or 50 pounds.
It's
They say
close to 30.
Oh, okay. It looks bigger.
It's kind of
Maybe-
trim.
That is a fucking preponderance of cat.
Yep, that's a lot of cat. The liger of house cats.
Yup.
Yep.
Big as a human person. That thing's sleeping in your bed. You're
No.
sleeping on the couch.
No. You're sleeping in its bed. Let's get this straight.
The problem I
Monster's
have,
bad enough.
I mean, I love cats. It's just I've noticed that when cats get over 20 pounds, their claws can actually do serious, like, really vicious damage.
Yeah.
Like they can rip flesh. I mean, small, an 8-pound cat, it bites you, and it's like, oh, cute, you didn't break the skin. It claws you, oh, that stings. 25-pound cat claws you. I need stitches. Help.
That could be a gash down the arm. God forbid it nicks you someplace sensitive.
Oh yeah. It's like it's sitting in your lap, and it decides to the cat, digging thing where they use their claws.
Meeting.
Yep.
Yeah, that would not be fun with a 5-pound cat.
Oh Lord.
Okay, well, maybe she got the message. She might be able, I don't know, I don't know if she's Fae or it's complicated.
What's her relationship with the Fae? It's complicated.
I think the relationship is yes.
She's she used to be around when I was here, and I used to catch sight of her sometimes, and she seemed interested in me. So I guess we'll find out how interested.
Hopefully I don't spoil your chances tromping through the woods in my heavy plate.
Yeah. Like I said, you're very useful for hunting.
That's something at least.
I just make sure that I'm nowhere near you, and that you flush whatever is out there towards me. Usually, you have to use like pots and pans and bang them together, but you're all set.
Speaking of travel, though, how long did it take us to get to Kararis's cabin from the Conclave?
3 days.
3 days. Okay.
We have to think of how we're going to phrase this favor.
And Rakan says, yeah, you do.
Do we even know what
Harlan
we
laughs
want it to
back.
be?
I mean, what if we were to just ask him, what if the favor is, and this is just spitballing, not actually making a favor. What if we just ask him not to be a dick and do the right thing?
It's kind of
I mean,
big.
that's asking a lot from an elf.
No, it's putting a lot of trust into his interpretation.
Sure.
And if that's the type of person you want to be and the type of thing that you want to spend your favor on, then good for you. You know? But no, if you're going to enter into an agreement with someone who's proven themselves to be a wordsmith, you might need to get a little more specific. Now, this elaborate scheme to promote someone to the minor sainthood can't be the only plan that we have.
By the way, Rave, are we still doing it?
I don't see why not. We need to gather people. We need people for the Fae to affect if we manage to convince them, which I don't think will be hard.
So we're not going to just go with the elves. We have sort of plan B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ideally, I would like plan C, but no one would like my plan C.
Let's try to do some hunting along the way. Ronald, I'm on the trip back. I am spending some of my time looking for any sign of game, even we're on the edges of the wilds. Even something that's like kind of bigger and nastier than we usually would hunt.
Where are you going exactly? Back to the Conclave?
I think that was our first step, was to go back to the Conclave, and then from there we go other places.
Okay. Give me...
Are we talking about going straight to the Elven City?
I thought you guys were going to go find the Fae first.
Oh, okay.
To get foots in with everybody, because
We are already
like the
deep in the woods.
the Fae
Yeah.
have got everything you need. They got the drugs, they got the Oniromancers, they got your foot in the door for the Elven City. If you go there as part of a fairy delegation, they can't keep you out.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Was thinking about we'd go into back to the outcast first, but it makes more sense to go into the deep wilds first. Well, the Fae tend to be in the deeper wilds. This is just the outskirts.
You mean there's more?
Oh, yeah, this is the easy part.
Oh, great. I love trees. This is wonderful.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean, when you get into the deeper wild, sometimes the trees are so tall and grow so close together that it's like walking through a cave system. And it's really neat.
Sometimes when you get into the deeper wilds, the trees are alive.
Well, that too.
They're already alive. Are they more alive?
They move.
Of course they do.
Yeah, and they're also I've only caught a couple glimpses of them from a distance. They're the herdsmen. They call them transcends, but they're really, for all that they're massive, they're really kind of hard to spot.
I suppose that makes sense with this being their natural habitat.
I mean, you can be pretty easy to lose a tree in a forest.
I punch Harlan.
I kill Harlan.
You forgot about the spikes on your gauntlet, or maybe you didn't.
No, I don't, but they do have claws. No spikes. But it is still, a metal gauntlet.
Okay.
I haven't spoken to Sylvan in a while, and I haven't read up on fairy contracts in even longer.
Oh yeah, fair contracts. Don't make them.
Well, that's the thing. I think we may have to.
Eee.
We are. It all matters on exactly how much we can play off of their desperation to have the train removed.
Well,
Because we are asking a lot, and they are going to say, "Oh, you're asking so much. What are we going to get? No train. How about that?"
well, one other thing we might be able to give them that would be attractive but maybe dangerous would be, I bet, since we're going to see Grub anyway, he may be able to come up with some sort of cold iron immunization thing.
Interesting if possible.
I mean, it's just a thought.
It would definitely make exchanges between the elves and the Fae a little more equitable.
If anybody can do it, it's him. I mean, she just taps Dancer's hilt. And your insanely ridiculous, very hot looking armor.
Luckily, this forest is more temperate than the Hell Jungle.
Well, I was thinking more hot in a sort of badass, sexy kind of way.
That was the joke.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
Won't you buy me color TV?
I think we have very little other choice but to wander into the deep woods.
We can try the bowl of milk thing at night. If we can get... Nah, we don't have any milk on us. Crap.
Think they'd settle for a bowl of whiskey?
Some of them. I mean, but it might be something like a red cap.
No. I heard all about those. No.
What, you don't want to offer up your blood as a new dye job for their headgear?
I mean, not particularly, not considering how much they usually take.
You're not thinking like a team player, Harlan.
Okay. I like the sound of this. Okay, so you go wandering off into the deep woods. Cass, give me a delicious survival roll to see if you can find anything worth killing.
Well, no sense dragging stuff for long until we're heading back towards the outcasts.
I'm about to say, yeah, you can do it later.
Yeah. Okay. Do you need a survival roll to like navigate?
No, you got Rakan with you.
Okay.
So he can take care of that. Not to say that you couldn't roll to do that, but just to say that it's unnecessary.
Right. He's a one. These are. And Cass is paying attention. For all that she's can be kind of scatterbrained about some things, she takes the woods very seriously.
Oh boy.
Must be good. Why do I have Janis Joplin floating around in my brain?
So, strangely enough, you spy with your little eyes in the middle of the woods a mausoleum. And Rakan just says, "Oh, great."
What's wrong?
The doorkeepers. They're gonna be unpleasant.
Is this an elf thing or something else?
No, it's a fairy thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, they're the gatekeepers. We're the gate crashers.
Good luck crashing these gates. This mausoleum is not a place of rest. It is a place of the dead waking.
Ooh. Okay.
I kind of have my, silly, unsilly things just so vague, but I'm guessing unsilly.
What would give you that idea?
Now, is this the kind of thing we have to deal with, or can we just walk around?
Yeah, like if we don't,
Well-
if it's gonna be unpleasant to deal with, we could just not.
Oh, by all means. Walk
But these are
around it.
potential allies in any case. And I think the impression I have from the way Rika's saying that is that whatever direction we turn, we're going to find this freaking mausoleum right in front of us anyway. It's not just in one place, right?
What do you mean?
It's wherever we're going. Once we see it.
I mean, You haven't put that to the test yet.
Let's turn to the side and see what happens.
You turn to the side. There is a... Oh, look, there's a whole bunch of forest over there.
All right, let's
Mausoleum.
try to go around this thing.
Alrighty then. So you guys go off to the side for a while. And you go to turn left. Yeah, so you take a right, you keep going that way for a while, you bang a left, and Rakan is like, okay, well, we've gone a little bit far afield of the fairy realm, so we're gonna have to take another left, and oh fuck, there it is.
Oh, jeez.
And so this is the obstacle that's chosen to get in our way.
Well, I mean, maybe these are potential allies. Just because they're dickish doesn't mean that they won't be effective.
No, it's
And
just a matter of...
Harlan points to Rakan like, case in point.
It's just a matter of what you'll have to give up in exchange for their services. And that's the beautiful thing about your innocence. You've always got a little bit left to lose.
They do so love their bargains.
All right.
You know who else loves their bargains?
Connor.
Devils.
That is true.
Is it time to summon one of the best lawyers on the plane? I'm sorry.
Fucking
one of the-
possibly, actually.
One of the best lawyers in the multiverse. I can't remember which devils are the really good lawyers.
Reynold. Reynold.
The ones with all the
Daredevil.
rolls. Oh. Yeah, you didn't go there.
Kill me, I'm sorry.
I don't think that I can actually summon one.
I mean, all you need is a gallon of blood.
Let me go to the, let's see, Spook Central, because we figured out how much of blood is a gallon of blood.
Yes.
It's little bit less than half of a person. Or no, a little more than half a person. I think it's, is it 7 or 9 pints? I can't remember.
Does it have to be all from one source?
Nope.
So we could all, open a vein and... There's what, 7 of us?
Would just like a generic bearded devil help?
No. So the trick is discerning the devils from the fighters. I think your best bet is a Hesperian.
Yeah.
Is Mary's blood any more potent than ours because she's, whose daughter?
Oh, I think we can leverage that. About to say, Hesperians are pretty good, but they're not going to be the best. Like, they're the best bang for your buck, but they're not the best negotiators. I think that might be the Amaimon. The interrogators.
Can you, spell that for me?
1 second. I'm trying to find the right one, like, that... The lowest CR with the highest, like, intelligence and wisdom. And unfortunately, these lesser devils are just not very smart.
Yeah, I think that in terms of that lifetime of skill, it's the best bang for your buck is actually a demon, succubus.
Well, there is always an Arrhenius.
Yeah, I don't think they're not quite as good because they're more physically powerful, but not as socially.
Yeah, but an Irenaeus is a better lawyer. So it depends on whether you want to go the seduction route or the lawyer route. Do you want to outsmart or outfuck your opponent? Your choice.
Outsmart.
Oh, succubus is actually CR7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, succubi are like not a joke.
Nope.
They have the massive bluff diplomacy and
Yeah, so a succubus is gonna be a better liar, a way better liar, and they're pretty clever. But I'm gonna give it to the Irenaeus just because the Irenaeus have a lawful alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if
It would be easier for me specifically to
right,
summon.
well, not just easier for you to summon, but like if you brought a succubus into a contract negotiation, she'd be like, we kill them. Well, I'll seduce them and then you kill them. Or you kill them and then I seduce them. What are we doing? What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Yeah, no, we need them alive.
I don't
Bigger
understand.
schemes. Grander picture.
Shut the fuck up, you fucking nerd. Or I'm gonna
No.
shove you in a locker.
And we desummon. And this is why we don't bother with fiends that peaked in the equivalent of high school.
Got him.
Irenaeus, unfortunately, are CR8.
I would say they're not super intelligent, but they are wiser.
And extremely charismatic.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
They're still pretty good. Masters of bird law. But yeah, if you guys want to summon an Irenaeus in preparation for these negotiations.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty then. What receptacle will you use to contain the blood?
Well, I've got I've got our jerry can that was filled with water at one point.
Jerry can's pretty good. You know when it'll have a gallon.
Yep.
And Rakan looks at all of you and just says, I can't believe I'm letting this happen.
Do you wish to stop me?
No. I mean, in a manner of speaking, yes. But I know that there are 6 of you and there is 1 of me.
It's not like I'm summoning an archfiend to burn the forest down. I'm hiring a second pair of eyes.
No, true.
I have standards.
Alright. Who's ready to take some constitution damage for the team?
I am.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna need 10
Yep.
constitution. Mary will give up 2, but it counts for double. So 2 for 4. And then if
Hold it 1 sec.
Okay.
Lilin.
Who?
Lilin.
Lelin?
Yeah, Lilin.
Refresh my memory. Who are you referring to?
It's a devil type.
Oh!
I think that they are across the board
Better
Better
than Irenaeus.
Irenaeus, and they're only CR6. But they're more diplomatic and smarter and not quite as wise, but they have better overall skills, I think.
Okay. So she'll be better at negotiating, but less good at scrutinizing a contract. We found the one, boss. So
What do you think?
now I only need
Cap, did you look at them, and
I did.
or do you still want to go with Irenaeus?
I mean, they're both lawful, so.
Yeah,
I think that
it's the sense motive. Lilins have much better sense motive.
it's true.
Plus 15 versus plus 10, and then they're. Yeah, I think that they overall have slightly better with all the stuff we need.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with them.
Got it. So still need 10 Constitution worth of blood.
All right.
How much?
So Mary gives 2, but that counts as 4. So we need 6 points left.
I'll take 4.
Woo!
Oh, baby.
I'll put it 2.
Alrighty then, and that's 10. You put it in the jerry can, you dump it out, you do your thing. Give me a delicious knowledge religion roll.
Wait a
Sure.
second. Before I put mine in, can I make a spellcraft check to see if my blood might be counterproductive?
I see no reason why it would be.
Because of the wild magic type stuff.
Oh no, whatever. Oh, you succeed on your spellcraft roll. I'm just saying, I'll roll a d100 and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
You could get something lesser, or you could get something worse.
All right. So I do have a bit of wild magic in my blood, which could make this a little more of a wild ride.
Why don't I just give you 2 points of my blood instead, then? Because we don't want to summon something we didn't intend and mess it up, or make things worse for us.
Oh, come on. There's a 1% chance of Krampus. You don't want to run into the Krampus again?
Ooh. Sure. I do like things. I do like mitigating risk.
And I'll give up 2 points of my blood.
Sick. So you all spend your Constitution point, bleed into the jerry can. Meredith takes it, give me that beautiful knowledge religion roll, and see if this summoning goes off without a hitch or if something bad happens.
That's a 25.
Woo! That's good.
These are the chicks with no eyes, aren't they?
Yep.
Oh, no, not here.
Oh, they say
Eyes
that
are
justice
black.
is blind.
Oh, gracious. Let's see. Oh, everything I find is like super fancy, and I'm like, no. This is just a generic no-name brand devil, which feels weird. It feels weird that there's generic no-name brand devils, but there are. There's a fuck ton of them. They're all over the place. Oh, hey, it's Pale Knight. No. Pale Knight,
No,
go
no.
away. No.
I mean, I didn't roll that high.
Nope. And you didn't roll that low either. Oh, sure. You end up summoning a dude Lilin.
Oh,
Deal with it.
that's fine.
Or a more doodly Lilin. Let's not make any assumptions, shall we?
We stand a non-binary icon.
This Lilin has decidedly masculine features. Still, they come out of the blood pooled in the earth, fully formed from the forehead of Zeus.
Kind of a desire vibe going on there.
Definitely. Desire, not fulfillment. And they just look at you and they say, "Oh, hello.
You son of a bitch!
What happened?"
He reached out with his little monkey hand and he snagged the chicken out of my taco on its way to my mouth. And now he's fucking sniffing around like, oh shit, is there any more? Like, bitch, this is my taco. Oop. Sorry, please continue.
No, it's fine. But this entity just says, "Can I help you with something?"
Yes. Hell Knight, Meredith Hargrave, I beseech you to aid us in overseeing contract proceedings with the Fae.
Oh my. Well, if you're going to do it, you might as well summon the best.
My thoughts exactly.
Well, the blood price has been paid, so carry on.
And I guess we'll stroll up to this unseelie mausoleum.
So the door opens, and Meredith, you think you're gonna have a fucking heart attack.
Okay.
It's the Duke.
Oh shit.
The Duke?
The Duke. Kalashnikov and all.
Huh. I'd ready the halberd.
And a voice from inside says, No, they are guests for now. Right. Like, he just sighs like, fucking god damn it. I hate this shit.
Precisely, here to negotiate.
The two fairies that come out from the mausoleum, they look like gravekeepers, but like in miniature.
Okay.
They just look, it's weird. It's just very weird. Their clothes are just way too big for them, and they're wearing those big, like, Undertaker hats.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find an image of traditional Undertaker garb.
Cass can't help but think that they're adorable.
Unfortunately, all I'm finding is the wrestler, which is, hey, metal as shit, not what I'm looking for.
I'm just picturing little graveyard keeper pixel people right now, so, roll with it.
No, like, they've got, like, little suits and slacks and shoes and white gloves and top hats and big puffed up collars, but, like, as I said, the clothes are way too fucking big for them. Like, they're walking around flopping about. It would
It's
almost
comical if it wasn't so sinister.
Right. Like, if these weren't incredibly dangerous creatures.
Oh, my laugh.
Right.
I have like the perfect critter. That makes it a lot scarier.
Oh, great.
Oh, there we go. But imagine if that
Yeah.
was... But imagine
tiny.
Right, but if they were 3 feet tall. With big top hats.
If you sliced Doug Jones into thirds for that role.
Yeah.
That's right, he was one of the gentlemen. I forgot.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes. The two tombstone fairies remark, and you must be trying to enter the fairy court, yes?
Yes, we are.
Well, we have been scheduled as doorkeepers. A grave responsibility, of course.
No pun intended.
Like, they look at you with looks of pure hatred and fury.
Meredith just has a neutral smile on her face.
Yes. No pun intended.
What language are they speaking, by the way?
They are speaking Sylvan.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
okay.
I had this on my list.
I was about to say that Harlan would have definitely laughed at that and probably got us kicked out.
And we believe that we can... Oh, hold on. Alright, I will be right back. I gotta piss.
Okay.
The fairy creatures mysteriously leave with like pained faces and pained faces.
This is far more negotiation than I was prepared to do today. This is interesting.
Well, the gentlemen were fairy tale creatures.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. I just need to take 2 off. I don't... Okay.
Yes, sorry for opting out of the blood thing, but Ronald, it didn't occur to Ronald until I mentioned it, so I shouldn't have said anything.
No, that's perfectly fine.
It also may be more of the way I think of Cass's blood than he does.
I mean, there's something weird in your blood.
You
You got all those strange genes.
It's slightly carbonated. I mean, it kind of fizzes.
Oh God. You got fizzy blood. That's why you're so angry all the time.
Yeah.
Just gotta let... If something tosses you around enough, it shakes you up like a bottle of Coke.
Oh no, I just burn it off with like killing things.
My diplomacy is not as good as my bluff. But
Well, that's why we got this guy with us.
it is why we got this guy. I do like that art though.
Yeah.
What last e.bb. Oh cool.
What is
Artist
it?
is still around.
What was that?
I was looking up the artist for that particular piece that Reynolds found. They do a lot of like
Portraits.
fantasy
kind of.
illustration and portraiture.
I like the cheekbones.
Mm-hmm. I am not immune to Attack on Titan thirst. Hello.
Do you guys have a raid tonight?
We have Among Us tonight.
What?
A
Among Us?
deception game where we play little spacemen all in a spaceship.
Among Us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Among Us.
Among Us.
I was hearing it more as Among Us.
Yeah, that's because I have brainworms. It is one word.
You guys are funny.
You should join us
No, it's past my bedtime.
for just like one game.
No,
Just
I don't
one.
even play them.
You never play games with me.
You play games too late.
you never. I never see you and Vic in the same room.
Well, it's
Nick is
because they're
my identity.
They're the same person.
the same person.
I mean-
And Cap's trying to disprove it.
I mean,
The
Cat,
nocturnal and
okay.
diurnal variants.
Cap, who else would ask your ideas of which D&D classes all of the Fellowship is?
You're right.
Vic is my Tyler Durden.
Oh my god. This makes so much sense. Except I would say that you're Vic's Tyler Durden.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. more handsome and sexually proficient.
Yeah, and also you would kiss my hand with a chemical burn.
That's also true.
I need to watch that movie again one of these days.
I haven't done a rewatch in a while.
I don't think I've watched it since undergrad. I was we had a fun class where we read the book. It was a class called Unreliable Narrators.
Mm-hmm.
So like we read that, we read Lolita, we read Pale Fire, which is another Nabokov piece. So that was fun.
I had a medieval history teacher in college who was obsessed with Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So I think I watched it with her in different classes, maybe 3 or 4 times.
That's superb.
I haven't watched it since Meatloaf died, at least. No, a long time before that. It was so strange seeing him in that movie. He's actually pretty good. Surprising.
Wait a second, did you say Meatloaf is in the Holy Grail?
No, Fight Club.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was surprisingly good in that.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh lord, this is a lot of fairy creatures.
Oh yeah, I looked up the artist who did the portrait of the guy we're using for the Lilin.
Oh, sweet. Good.
I love it when people have watermarks on their art.
Right?
Hey, I'm all about it. Hey now. It's only stealing your art if I make money off of it.
Right.
Got him. Is everybody back?
I think so.
Okay. So yeah, the Tombstone Fairies say, so we assume that you wish to enter the fairy world, yes. This is no problem. But we will require a small service in exchange for us opening the doors. Greasing the wheels of bureaucracy.
I'm listening.
You see, between the two of us, we only have one dead man slave. And the other one pipes up and says, and I don't mind sharing, but I think things would be better if we each had one. Find us the corpse of a very bad man.
Is that all?
That's all. We'll take care of the rest.
Alright.
Just since we have him, maybe we should ask him if there's any questions that might be helpful. Just in case.
One moment, what was that?
Well, we have a legal expert here. Maybe there's stuff that we need to be asking to make sure this isn't a trap.
I will defer to our summoned friend.
I see. Could you draw up terms about this? And they look to each other and sigh, and they say, yes, we can draw up terms. And they, grab some parchment and some pens and start, drawing up 2 different ends of a contract.
Like meet in the middle.
Yep.
Sort of a way.
I love that.
And your legal expert takes a look at it. Huh. Well, I've got good news and bad news. The
Alright.
good news is they're exceptionally straight shooters. I can't see anything wrong with any of this. The bad news is the wickedness quotient they're looking for is rather high. You're not just looking for some sort of wife beater or murderer. Well, they want someone who is a very, very bad person. Ooh, and let me change some terminology around here. They said bad man. We're gonna go with bad mortal. Because if you brought them a naughty woman, then they'd probably catch you on that. That's no good for anybody.
Right, equal
Nice.
opportunity. We support women's wrongs here.
Exactly.
Do they specify the freshness?
Good question, Cass.
So it seems as if they need them back within 15 days. And it seems as if any spell that keeps the corpse fresh doesn't actually help their purposes. So there's no need to cast Gentle Repose on the corpse or something like that. They just need it within 15 days.
So a 100-year-old really bad person would not meet their requirements.
No, if you're going to do any grave robbing, it had better be fucking fresh.
Harlan's eye, oh so slowly, turns towards Selena.
Oh, I thought you were gonna look at the Duke.
No, the Duke's already one of them.
Yep.
And hey, Mary, how do you feel about this?
I mean, it feels pretty awful, but at the same time, I don't think these guys are going to do anything nasty with it. We are consigning a wicked person to an after-lifetime of slavery, so I guess I'm okay with that.
Okay. Just checking moral qualms before we... Because you do realize the freshest is when we go out and provide it.
Yep. And I mean, hey, I'm not totally for frontier justice, but I'm not anti-frontier justice either. And
Atta girl.
And as your local ethicist, I'm glad you asked. And like when she says the word ethics, the Lilin cringes.
Meredith also rolls her eyes.
I'm an ethicist. I know what's right and wrong. That's what you sound like.
No, I suppose someone has to.
Do they? Do they really?
No. Then an infernal, I'll say to our the summon. Well, at least it keeps us in a job.
That's true.
Where's Dad when you need him?
I do believe he would constitute as wicked.
I'm just kidding.
He does more good for us alive.
I know. I'm just, just like a side comment. Not really. I wouldn't be good with like that. It's just.
Oh, if we could make our way back to the World Bazaar, I could find someone around, say, street corner. But
That being said, Lilin does look at you, Meredith, and communicates with you telepathically and says, "Of course, this contract is null and void upon their death, so you can fight it out if you wish. But I don't know if you want to test your might against the brute over there."
And
That could be fun too.
it's tempting, but we are trying to negotiate. And while that wouldn't turn my stomach, I don't think that the rest have the nerve to do that.
not wrong. And of course, the fairies inside are probably going to be somewhat upset that you killed the doorkeepers, even if they are weird grave spawn.
If we show that we honor deals, that does more for us than the life of one wicked man.
Fair enough. I'm just presenting options.
No, I appreciate your options. My frustration is more in this is going to lead to us romping about through the woods for more days.
In my past in the wilds, was I aware of any particularly noxious wild men or, hermits that were, that we avoided? Like, I know the elves would deal with that.
Well, there was that druid who wanted to kill all humans. You might be able to drag his corpse back and make a corpse puppet out of him. Alternatively, so there's that guy, and there are other wicked creatures that live in the wilds, who are technically of the wilds, and as such, the elves don't generally stop them. Like mostly minotaurs and other beastmen / folk creatures.
Would those count as immortal in the sense of the contract?
Oh,
like, yeah. Or is it talking about like a mortal, like more human person?
No, mortal is just anything that's able to die.
Right. Okay.
Like fairies are not technically mortal.
Hey, Devil Boy, one question for you. Can you kind of smell evil? Or feel it?
Yes, I can.
Do you know where there might be a particularly nasty, evil person type thing in somewhere not too far?
I could, yes, but that is not the service you hired me to perform.
Well, bloody hell.
Yes, exactly.
Do you mention the human-hating druid?
I thought, how long ago was that?
That was 40 years ago, but druids live for fucking ever.
I thought that it had to be fresh.
No, the corpse needs to be fresh.
He's still alive.
He's still alive. Oh, okay.
I don't know what his race was. I think he might have been a human.
If he is still alive,
there's a druid who I've heard rumors of who was trying to kill all. Essentially wanted the wilds to spread out and cover everything. And he kind of wanted to do it by destroying cities and the nasty critters that live in them.
Well, that sounds like a start.
I mean, he's nice to trees, so. And he's not really he wasn't actively mean to people. He just thought of them as fertilizer.
Right, so
I guess now we're getting into a complicated question of, do wicked thoughts, no matter how wicked, do they constitute wickedness?
I mean, he's definitely turned people into fertilizer.
So how many villages did he destroy with his man-eating trees?
Just a few. Only the ones that strayed close, just a couple, like 20. He's only responsible for the deaths of a couple thousand.
There's a possibility.
Of course, that does mean fighting a powerful druid.
It does.
It also means, well, he might have friends.
He might have friends. For the most part, the druidic circle won't mourn his loss, but on the other hand, there aren't going to be too many people who are like, yeah, Steve, the mass murdering fuckhead, we love that guy. But he is probably going to have some wackadoo supporters.
Yeah, especially if they find out we sold his corpse into slavery.
Oh, that's not good. I'm just saying, there are Isaacs out there in this world. I'm just saying, I should, I'm a human being, and I've seen the depravity of human beings, and I've decided that if someone were to kill all humans, I would join alongside them. and kill all humans, and then kill myself. Whew! Fucking Castlevania.
It
My-
was so
my-
good, so good.
My friend Kate said to me fairly recently, I remember our last conversation, that if all the men in the world died, she'd feel a little bit bad. She'd feel bad about me and one other guy,
Oh, jeez.
but it might be worth it anyway.
A small price to pay.
Yeah, and she wasn't joking.
No.
Uh, yikes.
She's a Quaker.
Sorry, that was the best way you could have ended there.
Yeah.
Fucking ultimate punchline. Dave, I don't know if you did that on purpose, but if you did, you understand the power of timing.
That was a purpose. I was choking slightly before it, so it took me a second to get it out.
Made it even better. Mistakes into miracles. But, yes.
Does the contract have a timeline?
No.
Just do this thing, return to this area.
Well, okay. I'm not exactly certain. The contract doesn't include how long they'll be doorkeepers. If you take too long, someone else might get assigned.
Hmm.
But I get the distinct impression you're on the sort of time limit that won't make that a problem.
And for Fae, time is relative anyway.
Quite.
If they've cast this line and we've taken the bait, then I assume that they're going to do everything within their power to remain doorkeepers.
Yes, they definitely want their second corpse puppet.
Okay. And the beastmen. The ones that leave the wilds to raid nearby towns and such.
That's a distinct possibility. It depends on whether you want to rid the world of a terrible druid or rid the wilds of a terrible minotaur.
I'm inclined to fight a minotaur.
By all means. Also, consider exactly what you're giving them.
Yes.
They already have one brute, so a second brute won't make them much more dangerous, I don't think. Wait,
I don't
just
want to
remembered.
give them a corpse that has innate magic.
Yeah, it depends on the type of what they're doing, though, right? I mean, if they're just raising it up as sort of a zombie type thing, it's not going to be capable of casting spells. But
I mean,
it's probably we're not that lucky. Never mind.
you look at the Duke, he's not a zombie. He's walking around nimbly-bimbly drinking milk from a saucer. Not literally, but he looks alive.
What about the corpse puppet?
He is the corpse.
He is the corpse puppet.
Oh, he is? Oh, okay.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
just that so tombstone fairies have the ability to resurrect the dead, but the dead remain under but the resurrected person remains under their control.
Ew. So we definitely don't want to find some incredibly powerful, like, individual.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a lich scenario. The tombstone fairy ends up with a funeral shroud that contains the soul of the target, and if the funeral shroud becomes destroyed, then the target dies instantly.
Okay, well, I guess we have a goal. And we don't have a direction, but we have a goal. Do I remember anything about where the druid was? Well, actually, where the sort of nastier minotaurs would hang out?
So the minotaurs live in a sort of like mountainous region, cave. Come on, random mountain. Can I find a random mountain name generator? It is weird.
Yeah, probably.
that like Septemport is a big mountain and there are mountains on it.
Foothills.
That's not
It's very Mons Olympus like.
You can find them on the Laquette slopes.
So how do we tell the difference between like, nice happy-go-lucky minotaurs and like brutal, mass slaughter minotaurs?
I think it's a matter of how much blood they have on them. Alternatively, pay me an additional fee and I will point out which one is the most wicked.
Tempting. We'll see what our own eyes tell us for now.
As you wish.
And I suppose
Where is the Laquette Slopes in regards to the outskirts camp?
Pretty far away. The Laquette Slopes is pretty far, and not pretty far from it, like 2 days from here, but it's also far away from the base camp. And they don't fuck with the outcasts because the outcasts like know what they're doing. They're not soft enough. The Minotaurs are not stupid and not lazy, but like why go after the outcasts when there's like a farm over there? We're gonna liberate some bulls! Woo! Bull liberation!
Well, do you think you would consider it to be a favor if we ask him if there's any Minotaur who would be a favor to him to get rid of? Someone who's sort of been like a thorn in his side, but not something that he's been allowed to deal with?
phrase it like a question, not a request.
Yeah. Yeah, but you remember how I burned through those two questions? I'm a little shell-shocked by that.
And that's why it happened to you twice.
Mhm.
Oh, come on, brain, think of stuff. Caffeine's fading.
Oh no!
I must imbibe. Are all the Minotaurs that cause trouble for these lands located in the Laquette Slopes?
Most of them.
But some of them get bold.
They do indeed.
Hey. Any particular ones that have been testing your defenses?
There's one. His name is Gromthrax, the Heartless. He's got 6 horns instead of 2.
Perhaps some infernal ancestry then.
I don't think so. I think he's got just a hell of a bloodline.
Oh, didn't that one we killed have 6 horns too?
I believe so. Some of them were broken, it was hard to tell.
In the leather factory?
Yes. We met a Minotaur in Mirage that had a human skinning and tanning operation underground.
Ooh.
Yeah, he also had a fucking ridiculously powerful spell. It was very annoying.
Which, against all odds, you managed to be able to cast in a place that runs rampant with wild magic.
fair.
Yeah, I guess he got accustomed to it. All right, so let's.
But yes,
Find the-
Gromthrax lives at the Lackwitz Slopes. He's trying to rally his fellow people to rampage across the countryside and lay siege to Wind City or something. If he gets what he wants, it'll be bad for everyone.
I look over at the one. Does that meet the requirements?
He sounds very naughty. I wonder if he has killed many people. I wonder if he has sired any children, if you know what I mean. Only a fairy could turn sexual assault into an innuendo.
It's the fairy or a devil?
The fairy. Oh, I thought you were asking the tombstone fairies, not the Lilin.
No, the one.
Oh, the Lilin merely remarks, I do believe he would constitute as sufficiently wicked.
And mortal, right? Was the what we settled on for the final draft?
Yeah. He counts as
Okay.
a mortal creature. He dies when he is killed.
Right, then let's take the bull by the horns.
What the fuck is that? What the shit is this?
I don't like it.
Sorry, I'm
not gonna like this.
quote-unquote, Minotaurs have a love of complicated things, and their specially designed double crossbow is one of their favorites. This weapon fires a pair of iron-tipped bolts with deadly accuracy. Due to its size and weight, however, non-proficient wielders suffer appropriate penalties. Even proficient wielders take a -2 penalty on their attack rolls. If the attack is successful, the target takes the listed damage twice because it is twice as many bolts. What the fuck?
How much damage does it do?
48.
Twice.
Ooh.
So 8d8.
Oh, no, it does 48 all told.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. It's
Fucking
not quite as horrifying.
Constance rifle up in here. Oh man, I can't find a gif of the character. He's a schmuck who shows up in Trigun for one episode, and his whole thing is that he's got like a rifle with 2 extremely long magazines, and he fires once and then turns the gun over, and there's another trigger, and he fires again, and the act of turning the gun over brings another bullet into the chamber. It's very dumb.
That's goofy.
Selena, I'm not aware of what spells are in your repertoire. Do you think you'd be able to divine the location of this creature?
I can indeed. That's kind of like one of the only things I'm good at.
Wonderful. I love it when we can play to our strengths.
Of course, it's going to be very difficult. But I do have my silver mirror.
Let's see, what can I?
Holy shit, I can't believe I found a gif of it.
Hey!
Like I said, the dumbest shit.
That's hilarious.
What? Why would you? Is that like a lever action rifle, and the magazines are like attached to the barrel and they rotate?
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
guess?
Yep. Never mind. It was somewhat dumber than I thought it was. Or it's dumber than I remember it being.
Oh, Trigon.
Oh,
It's just-
Trigon.
Why do the fucking magazines have to attach to the
To the barrel.
So that he has more bullets. They call him Constance Rifle. He's got so much gun.
It does have a constant rifle.
It does look cool, but it also looks dumb if you engage more than one brain cell.
Yep.
It also doesn't look very convenient to lug around when you're not shooting it.
Absolutely not.
Like, how do you stay on target? How do you balance it? What's the recoil like?
Fuck
How
all
does one
that.
tear
Just like imagine carrying that thing around. Like,
I don't know. It can't fold down.
Nope. Absolutely not. I don't know. The Trigun also gave us the cross machine gun. It gave us this bad boy. So, you know, intelligence wasn't exactly part of the show.
Intelligence was never an option.
That being
gonna
said,
kill you with the power of Christ and this cool gun I found.
that being said, the dude who is wielding it is on drugs that give him superpowers, so, you know, not meant to be wielded by mortal men.
He's got the power of God and anime on his side.
Definitionally.
And to be fair, it's not the most ridiculous looking weapon I've seen anime characters carry.
You're not wrong. So, where to?
I suppose we will rely on Selena to point us in the right direction of this six-horned minotaur, Gromthrax. His
Okay.
brother Anthrax.
And his cousin, Cancer.
And his distant cousin Parthenax.
Parthenax.
Alright, what's this guy got for a will save?
I guess I played Baldur's Gate 2 too many times because I'm thinking of a character named Gromnir. But
Oh, who's Gromnar?
he was in the Throne of Baal add-on.
Oh, yeah!
He was the half-orc Baal spawn who was the warlord of the city you start off with.
Right. Yes. And you're like, hey man, we need to do some shit. And he's like, you're a bull spawn, I'm gonna kill you. And you're like, no. Shut the fuck up. We need to talk. There's a fire giant out there. He's gonna kill everybody. He's like, yeah. We'll talk after I kill you. And then you kill him, and then what's your face is like, oh no, this is awful. I didn't want this to happen.
Oh, not at all.
Oh no.
You're so sincere.
I mean, I say that, but she did fool me. But still, like, in hindsight, it was very obvious. Okay, so... Selena takes out her silver mirror, prepares that scrying, starts to cast, and she's like, ooh, okay, nope, nothing doing.
Nothing doing?
I can try some more, but it doesn't work if the subject if the subject is able to repel the effect.
Interesting.
It'd be
Well,
easier if I had more pieces of him.
Let's head towards the slope and maybe try again later.
Yeah, at this point, I think Gromthrax is getting a...
Like a +5 or something?
Yeah, he's getting a +5. And he's already got a +11.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like a choice he's making? Like he's like feeling this effect and then like...
Yes.
So like, shouldn't we maybe not do this to stop him from like thinking that we're coming?
Minotaurs aren't exactly the most adept spellcasters. They're not going to be able to backtrace this back. And considering the sort of reputation he has, there's no doubt in my mind that people are trying to scry on him all the time.
He probably just thinks it's people like Rickon.
It's Tuesday.
Right. Ah, it's Tuesday. Someone's trying to scry me again. Wily little bitches. But still, not a bad instinct.
All right, why don't we head off in that direction then?
So you spend 4 days moving towards the, just 2 days going to the Laquet slopes. I almost said Swalquet lopes. Fucking kill
Reading
me.
is hard.
Reading is so hard. Let me see if I can find a delightful Minotaur village.
Heal 2 points of con damage.
Yeah!
1 for each day.
Oh, is the Lulling gone now?
Oh yeah. And once you guys begin your journey, they're just like, a pleasure doing business with you. And just sinks into the earth. Ooh, yeah!
So we reached the. It's 2 days of travel, so we heal 2 days of our con damage or whatever.
Yep.
Cool.
This image is so fucking rad. I'm using it, even if it's dumb as shit.
That's a Minotaur village, baby.
That's a Minotaur village, baby.
How the fuck do Minotaurs even like
Magic.
do that?
Or it was built by someone who knew how to do this.
Or
And they took it
are
over.
they
I would guess from the looks of it that they've learned how to domesticate giant wasps.
are they Minotaurs?
So I'm also gonna give these Minotaurs aquatic bonuses. A lot of them end up in that river.
They have webbed hooves and everything.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but they are gonna like know how to swim. What the fuck? Minotaurs don't have any points in like athletics or anything.
No, that's bullshit. Give them points.
Yeah, I know. These ones are getting points. Like they have intimidate, perception. Oh no! Okay, I see the problem. So, okay, because their intelligence is ass, and they
They don't
have
have a lot of skill points to go around.
not just that, but they're monstrous humanoids, so they only get 2 skill points per level. So they end up with 2 skill points per level.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
And the 2
Rip.
skills they were chosen to give are perception and survival, which like, yeah, that makes sense. But it is weird that like these Minotaurs can't like swim or climb things. Like
I guess they can, but they just have to use their raw strength.
right,
bonus.
they have no skill. Like you show them some pythons and a climbing kit and they're like, what the fuck is that shit?
And they just punch through the rock.
Right.
I make my own handholds.
That's what the axe is for. Alright, calm down.
It's like, all right, man.
Imagine that some Minotaurs have a little bit of goat blood in them, so they just like walk up 90 degrees vertical surfaces. It's just like it's no problem.
And if you try to look at them, they stop so that they don't reveal their secrets. At the very least, I've never seen live video of like a goat walking up one of those sheer surfaces. I've only ever seen still images of them standing there staring at the camera like, what are you looking at? Fuck off. That's probably a coincidence, but it's my headcanon. My headcanon for fucking real life.
The photographers put the goats there.
The goatspiracy. Oh, what? You believe that the earth is round? Let me guess. And you think goats can actually climb shit? Get the fuck out of here.
Get real.
Oh, here, I got you, Reynold. I actually just,
Oh no.
it's time stamped.
Hey! What the fuck?
There's a strong bond between mother and kid. and the kid will follow her wherever she goes.
Between mother and kin. And the kid will follow her wherever she goes.
Oh man, one of these days I'm gonna unleash the super Abixian bros on the earth. So there's a race in 3.5 called Abixians, and they're goat people. The thing is, the goat folk bonus is that you get a +2 when there's another goat folk doing something that you're doing.
Okay, so they basically get pack tactics.
Right, but the thing is, like, that means you have to have another party member. You have to have another player who wants to play a goat person.
I'd play a goat person with you.
Oh, shucks. But it does create the scenario where you have the super Abixian bros, who are just like two Abixians. We're two Abixians. Where are we going? We're going wherever the other one's going. What do we do? We're doing whatever. 92 degrees. But Jesus Christ.
The non-cute good person.
But yeah, my vision for the super Abixian bros is that they're chaotic evil, but they don't contradict the party.
Does that affect stack? So like,
No, it's just the effect doesn't stack, but still you get a +2. But the thing is, you get a +2 on anything.
right. I thought it would be like why not just every army is this army? Because just like they get +100 to fucking anything.
Well, you only get +2 for every adjacent force, but that means you got 3 people behind you, you got 2 people on each side. That's a +10 on every roll.
On every roll, yeah.
Don't get flanked.
Or do.
Or do
Or-
whatever. Fuck
Initial
off.
fight.
Yeah, then it just goes to a +9 and then or a +8 and then they're surrounded by more Abixians. So.
Right. But yeah, the way I envision them as chaotic evil people who just like run around doing whatever they want, but they don't do anything to hurt the party. So it's just like, all right, you guys can't fuck around. Yeah, sure, whatever you say. And then they just go out and like murder some people and take some shit and come home and like kill some guards. And they're like, what did you do? Nothing. Where'd you get all this money? I found it. Fuck you. Like explicitly twisting orders to suit their own violent whims. Okay. I want you guys to stand here, stand guard, and don't hurt anybody. Okay, you said not hurting anybody, but do you mean emotional harm or physical harm? No physical harm. Okay, so emotional harm's on the table. All right, we got it. Just the worst. Anyway, welcome to Minotaur Town.
Oh,
There's a bunch of, Minotaurs rolling around on these giant fucking rocks.
giant fucking what?
Rocks.
Oh. I thought they were riding giant frogs for a second. Okay.
No, unfortunately not. They're
That'd
just
be terrifying.
they're just the giant stones spanning across the river, and apparently Minotaurs live there. It was the first result, so that's what we get.
Huh. I wonder what languages Minotaurs speak.
Meredith, you know this. They speak giant.
I speak giant, which actually doesn't help me. It's on the to-do list.
I do find that to be funny. Do you know what language they speak? Yes. Can you speak it? No? Are you fucking crazy?
Oh, how many opportunities would I get to speak giant? I know what you're saying. Meredith, why did you bother to learn Ignan and Necrol and Aklo and all of these other weird, very situational languages, and not giant? Because I never thought that I'd be here. In the middle of the woods, strolling down a river to talk to Minotaurs.
I can't really blame you.
This brutish tongue is numerous, and its numerous minor variants are spoken in any region where the wrath of giants is known. Wild ogres still speak giant, but the ogres you would have communicated with in the World Bazaar are quote unquote domesticated.
They spoke orc and gutter speak.
That is correct.
Mary, Selena, either of you speak giant?
Oh, geez, that's a good question. Oh, baby Jesus.
I am presuming Sam, you don't, right?
Do I speak giant?
Yeah, I was just asking.
And Mary
No,
says, "No, I wouldn't speak giant." And Selena's like, "Yeah." Some of the most powerful arcane texts are written in giant, usually by death or frost giants. So understand that their knowledge came at a price.
Oh, dear. Well, I guess one of us being able to speak it is better than none. Okay.
Oh, that's weird. Frost giants don't have spells in Pathfinder.
They usually don't, and they don't have it. They don't have them in 5th edition either, I don't think.
Huh? Because I feel like
Just immunity, just resistance to cold, I think, is what they have.
right. I don't know. I guess I remember something 3.5 frost giants having like cone of cold and a couple of other cold effects. But hey, all right. I guess it's just death giants in this world that have magical lore. And oh lord, do they have some fucking magical lore?
Oh no, they can have spells. You just have to give them class levels. If you look up their
I think cloud giants and storm giants have innate magic too.
Do they not have spell-like abilities?
Not frost
And
giants, not
have
based.
spell-like abilities.
And rune giants, I think, are very, very strong magically too.
Oh, yep. We got rune giants up in here. There we go. Oh lord, baby Jesus.
Oh yeah, rune giants are bad. We don't want to fight those.
They are huge motherfuckers. Oh, and they're bad. Oh my god, they're very bad.
Oh, that's a CR-17. Hello.
Yep. Hello. At will, charm person, suggestion. You should do what I say. You make a very good point, Mr. Rune Giant.
Oh well, the big problem with rune giants is they can pretty much control any other type of giant, if I recall.
Yeah.
They have a spell that's called Demand. Oh, it's ascending. That's also a suggestion. Oh, fuck. Ah! And so,
Yeah,
were
They're
they
not as powerful as titans, but they're pretty freaking powerful.
They're immune to cold, electricity, and fire.
get fucked, I guess?
And can airwalk.
Yep, that all the time. They just walk on air. Air is a suggestion.
And I know that it's a relatively minor thing, but they have freaking true seeing, which means that a lot of buffs are going to be completely useless against them.
This is correct.
So, like, yeah,
No
mirror image,
invisibility, no mirror image.
invisibility, blur, poof, poof, poof.
More
That's
like
it.
fuck off.
And then on top of all of this, they just get 20d6 in an area cone.
They just
So,
fucking
yeah.
run a sword over the runes on their body, and you take 10d6 fire and 10d6 electricity. DC 29 for half damage. Usable once every 1d4 rounds. This is a fucking breath weapon. That's what it is. It's a breath weapon, but instead it's weird fucking scraping sparks. Holy shit.
Have you seen pictures of rune giants? They're pretty menacing looking.
No,
too.
I haven't. Oh my god, no, my bones. Oh, baby Jesus, what the fuck is that? Dear Lord.
One of them literally looks like a Titan from Attack on Titan.
Jesus Christ. So, yeah, rune giants and death giants provide a whole lot of arcane lore. just because like they're just so old. Like it's not a matter of we're very good wizards. It's don't speak to me of the old magic. I was there when it was written. Oh baby Jesus.
I don't like you looking too much at these stat blocks. You can stop.
Okay, yeah, and then death giants are up there with titans and cloud and storm giants as being the biggest, baddest motherfuckers who live in the mountains. Okay,
Makes sense.
makes sense. Okay. Anyway, so she's like, yeah, I speak giant.
I want that mini.
Well, good. Because I don't think that our passage has gone unnoticed, and they're probably going to want to know why we're here.
I mean, maybe we're just wandering travelers.
This deep in the wilds?
Shit. Okay, yeah, good point.
We could be merchants, but who would we sell?
What are we selling, and who are we selling to?
It's like Cass said, who would we sell specifically? So I guess that limits the choices of the vault.
What do you know of their society, Selena?
Giants?
No, Minotaurs.
Oh, okay, so what I know, like, Rakan butts in and he's like, excuse me, I know everything there is to know about Minotaurs, and it's you shoot them and you kill them because they're monsters who want only to dominate the wilds. And she's like, that's great, I'll take that under advisement. So, Minotaurs are basically split between two different corners of, between two different branches of development. There are some of them that want to domesticate in the way that ogres have, and then there are the rest who want to dominate the world as they believe is their right. They generally curse their lot as bullmen, but at the same time they are cunning, shrewd, and brilliant in a certain special sort of way. They have an innate understanding of a lot of things that might not make sense to you or I. Have you ever played with a Rubik's Cube?
Once or twice.
Child's play to a Minotaur. They have exceptional spatial reasoning in a way that doesn't match their other forms of intelligence.
Well, I can tell you that spell he cast on me, it threw me into like a maze, an extra dimensional place, where I was just sort of, bumping up against walls constantly.
Yeah, that's an elder Minotaur. Minotaurs who focus exclusively on their Minotaurness gain that ability. They're such at home at labyrinths, they decide to bring the labyrinth to you.
It's not fun.
I should suspect not. They have other such abilities involving the manipulation of stone. Despite being creatures of the pasture, the elder Minotaurs generally take to the labyrinth from which they were created to patrol. They're an engineered species, you see.
That makes
So
sense.
all of them carry that innate purpose.
Some of them bind with it, some of them fight against it.
Harlan kind of glances at Meredith and says, kind of like Gasamar.
That makes perfect sense.
And then Mary herself speaks up and says, true, any of us that were created for a purpose have the option to join with it or fight against it.
Well, should we go look elsewhere? I mean, bloody Gromthrax doesn't sound like he's like a social type.
I'm going to try something. I'm going to pass my halberd over to Harlan.
Mhm.
And I'm going to activate my eagle cloak. And take the form of a harpy eagle.
Cool.
Well, shit.
You become eagle.
I'm going to do some reconnaissance over this village.
You check out this village. Give me a delicious perception roll.
Gladly.
The pro and con of Pathfinder polymorphing is you get to use your stats.
I mean, that's not bad for me. Let me just double check. Okay, beast shape 1. Except it only allows eagle form, and the wearer gains the eagle's full fly speed of 80 feet. And I get a +5 competence bonus on perception checks. So that's 5 plus 12 plus what's my actual perception? It's 4. Total of 21.
21! Oh, Lord! Alright, so you check out the Minotaurs. They are rolling around their village. They got a whole thing going on. They got Minotaur blacksmiths making axes, because Minotaurs love their axes. And they have a whole bunch of... so it seems like there are three crossings. The first one you passed, the nearest to you, seems like relatively decent. Like they've got, fermented beverages, tanned and cured elk. They wear just enough clothing to keep them decent. And they got blacksmiths making axes because Minotaurs love axes. The center is where things get bloodthirsty.
Okay.
How much do you like humans in pens?
I do not like that.
Ooh, well, bad news. There's a lot of it going on here. There appears to be a small human breeding program.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, it's unclear exactly what they're for. And they've got more than just axe forges. They've also got those double crossbow Fletchers. Far fewer fermented beverages going on here.
This is a war camp.
This is a war camp, yes. And then the last one, the furthest one from where you guys are hanging out, has got a whole Dionysian bacchanal going on. Fucking fermented beverages? No, that's pussy shit. We're drinking straight fucking mushroom booze. Fermented mushrooms? No. You just eat the mushroom.
Okay. So there are 3 different camps, 3 different flavors of Minotaur. It's obvious which one is our target.
Yes.
Okay. The eagle shape only lasts for 10 minutes, so I imagine I've got to hurry back.
That is correct.
I do so. And, as this is my first time flying, I don't exactly stick the landing.
No, between the time you suffer and your lack of flying skill, like you turn into a person and fucking hit the ground running, your best bet is to give me an acrobatics roll to see how well you land.
That's a 13.
Cass had put her arm out for Meredith to land on, so it's just like, oh, nope.
Not if you want to get squashed.
Mhm.
There are worse things. But overall, you're all right.
Well, that was cutting it a little close.
That was so cool.
Thank you.
I
It
give,
felt
I give,
amazing.
I give Meredith a hug. Is that what your tattoo's for?
Yeah. Yeah. it
Oh,
was. And
Good-
she's
good choice. Mine's
Thank you.
boring, but it makes sense.
yours is practical.
Yeah.
Very practical. Okay, so I described the three camps to our party.
Do they seem to have any? Did you notice any people moving from one camp to the other?
Not.
And how far apart are they?
Can I make an intelligence check to estimate distance?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, that's as good as it possibly can be. 22.
Hundreds of feet. Not super far, but like.
I'm just wondering.
What's the length of a block? City block.
Depends on the city.
Yeah.
True. The standard block is in Manhattan is about 264 by 900 feet. In Chicago, it is 330 by 660 feet. So let's say there's like 700 feet between each of these bridges.
Well, I mean, the question is, how are the other? Well, it sounds like one of the camps is stoned out of their gourd, so I think we're okay with them.
Yes.
Would the civilized ones support the unpleasant ones?
I think they would, given their proximity, and probably they don't want to get involved.
That's it. I mean, as long as they don't want to get involved, it'd be nice if they actually wanted to get rid of their kind of violent relatives. We could use that, but I don't think we have the time to start a civil war. So,
No, we don't have a time to start a civil war, but I think it's a good idea if we communicate with them first. Otherwise, we'll be fighting 3-on-1.
I agree with you.
the other ones are going to be stoned.
You're still dealing with a united people.
Well, then it's got to be Meredith, unless some of them speak Common or Sylvan.
No, I think it's
not
time.
Meredith. I mean Selena. Sorry.
Oh, God.
It's time for Selena to shine.
Okay. Wait. No, I think I can work here. Minotaurs respect logic, facts, and reason.
They also respect strength.
Oh, boy.
We have that in spades.
Mm-hmm.
We've got your back, Selena.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a bluff roll. Oh, well, that's good. What a time to roll high. 34.
Jesus Christ. She's filled with so much false confidence.
This may not be a good thing.
She knows that no matter what happens, we've got her.
If
Harlan.
nobody got me, the gatecrashers got me.
What's the range like in that big thing you got from
Yes. One moment. Let's see. $80
Maybe it's a good idea if you position yourself somewhere where you can kind of support us from a distance.
Think that's a good idea.
We should have a signal for Harlan to like blow someone's brains out if we need it.
And then I start blasting.
Any of you guys watch Boardwalk Empire?
I
Oh
haven't.
yes.
I
It
love.
still hasn't finished it with me.
Oh, that you know the character I'm
Of
thinking
course I
of.
do.
Arrow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like probably my favorite single character in the show. With the possible exceptions of Chalky and what was Steve Buscemi's character though? The name?
Nucky.
Aki, yeah.
Oh, but I loved so many good characters.
Yeah, but Harrow was I don't know.
Special.
I really liked him.
My favorite was Richard.
Wasn't Richard the same as Harrow?
Yeah.
Richard Harrow?
It's
Oh,
the
okay.
same character.
Oh, okay. It's been so long. I was like, damn, was there another sniper that I didn't know about?
Mm-mm.
Harrow just seemed like such an inappropriate name for him.
Yeah.
So, do you approach the village of Karanak Jagged Speaker?
Ooh. Yes.
So, before I leave Harlan, I say, if you see me snap my fingers and point,
That's the one.
be flanking Selena as if she's our respected leader.
Harlan, don't get ambushed.
I'll do my best.
You want someone to be your spotter / lookout?
If you can your spell work hit from here?
No, but Zadra can go into the camp.
All right. Let's do that.
Hell yeah, I can. And I'm pretty sure there aren't any qualms between bulls and snakes.
I think I've seen a few grease potteries that say the contrary. But yeah.
Does Zadra speak intelligibly for the rest of us now?
Yes, for a while.
Yeah. I still remember the scene and fucking Meredith was taking a bath and Zadra got in.
Yeah.
And Meredith was immediately like, I forgot you had hands.
Yeah.
Check it out. I have hands. Jesus Christ. So I know you guys have joked about giving the goblins guns.
Yeah.
You really need to watch out for giving them radio.
Oh dear.
Oh no. Worms in my mouth.
By Dingle Scrimbus! Squeaky scrunky scree scraw!
I think Dingle Scrimbus is gonna have to be my Among Us name.
Dingle Scrimbus.
It won't fit character-wise,
You
but
can be Dingle or Scrimbus, and I'll be the other one.
perfect.
Jesus Christ.
Nice. But yeah, we flank Selena going into this this village.
And there are a lot of Minotaurs hanging out, and they all fucking watch you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a, oh, you're food. It's not like a, oh, you're outsiders. It's a, what the fuck? No, what the fuck is that?
Like, how did you even get here?
Right, what the fuck are you doing here? I can't even think of like an equivalent. Fucking. What's the name of the black samurai?
Oh shit.
I brought his name up a while ago.
The one that went to Japan and was like,
Yasuke?
Yes, it's big Yasuke vibes. Like you guys are just walking around and like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing here? Selena walks up to someone who looks like they're in charge. Like there is a Minotaur guard who's just got like an axe at the ready, and she's just like, take me to your leader. Holy shit. You ever roll really fucking good on a skill you have no business rolling well on?
Me and perception every day of my life.
Got him! And like the Minotaur looks at her and looks at all of you and looks at her and is like, okay. I guess this is happening now.
I mean, our passive intimidate scores over all of us, they're rather high.
Somewhere around 30 or 40. Just like, okay, alright. You got muscle, you ain't afraid to use it. And they take you into one of the caverns of the standing stones. Or bridging stones, as it were. Inside, there are some things that never change. Inside there is a throne room. And on that throne is a large and powerful lady Minotaur.
Oof.
That being said, even the lady Minotaurs have horns. Just how it works. I don't make the rules.
Their common ancestor is the Longhorn.
Ah. Do the heifers of the Longhorns also have horns? This makes sense. Yep. Span more than 8 feet, baby Jesus.
Yeah, they're fucking huge.
Yeah, we went to a farm that had longhorns on it, and one of them was like lying down taking a little nap, and she had an itch on her ass, and she just turned her head politely and used the end of her horn to scratch.
It was just such a delicate thing from something that, you know, weighs like 2,000 pounds.
Right? It was amazing.
I kind of like try to visualize what the prehistoric orc would have looked like, and when they have a 12-foot horn span.
Jesus Christ.
Like, it's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Don't get gored, bro.
Yeah, don't.
I told you, bro. I warned you, dog.
I fucking warned you about Gord.
So Selena walks in and is just like, Lady Queen Karen? Queen Jagged? Queen! Yes! And the Minotaur Queen is just like confused. And the Minotaur guard is like, just like shrugs and points at Selena like, fucking, she wanted to come here. And the fucking Minotaur Queen is like, to what do I owe the pleasure? And Selena introduces herself and she's like, I am Selena Smith. I am of this party. We are known as the Gatecrashers. We have come here because there is a great imbalance in the world. Fucking Galadriel style. I assume that you feel it in the air. You've tasted it in the waters. You sense it within the earth. Something dark is coming to Septemport, and it will not spare any of us. When it comes like you, even when it comes for you, even great queens such as yourself will be cast aside. None of us will be able to none of us will be able to survive the tide of darkness. I propose that we use what means we have at our disposal to fight our way out. And then Karanak just says, I'm listening. And they have a conversation where Selena explains, like, what's going on. Hello, there is a problem. Marduk is gone, and that's causing everything to get fucky. Because the divine balance has been tipped so far towards evil. Just fucking pull up! Pull up! And in order for us to help achieve this, we need your help. Or at least need you to... We need your help, or we need your apathy. Bromthrax, the Heartless, has been a thorn in our side for too long. We need him dead, and I suspect that you would not have problems with the same. And at that point, she gets upsetty spaghetti. And she's just like, you're talking about killing one of my people. And Selena's only, like, rhetorical response is, do you think he considers himself one of your people?
Ooh.
That's a very good question.
And it's just like, Whether he considers himself one of our people or not, that doesn't matter. He is one of our people. But if you cannot help us here, then the tide of darkness is insurmountable. And as I said, I don't need your assistance in this. All I need you is to do nothing. When the shots start getting fired, as the calls of alarm go up, all I need for you is to sit in your homes.
All that is needed for evil to triumph is the indifference of good men.
Essentially, that is the argument that Selena is trying to make. Fuck, she is professional librarian. God damn it.
Well, she would have read platitudes like this.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And I feel like a platitude like this might actually be fucking brain candy for a Minotaur.
Yeah.
Just because of how they think. Just like
they're predisposed to like the classics.
They're predisposed to love the classics. You say, I will show you fear in a handful of dust, and like, damn, that dust is scary. Holy shit.
I mean, that's kind of metal as fuck.
Right? Like, it gets in a Minotaur's head, you know? And she's like, fine. But you get one. If you spill the blood of another Minotaur, we'll be forced to intercede. And she's like, we only need one. And then she looks at all of you and explains what she's negotiated. And she's like, okay, alright, good news. I got them on our side. Bad news, we can only harm Gromthrax.
Harm or kill?
Harm.
Noted.
So the rest of his bodyguards are off limits.
Well, that's going to be tricky if they are attacking us.
Yup.
How honorable are they?
And she like points to Karanak's people, or Jagged Speaker's people, or like she's wondering. She doesn't understand your pronoun placement.
Well, how
Do you
proud?
think that we could goad them into a single combat?
Gromthrax? Probably not. I don't think he gives a shit about honor. I think he gives a shit about power.
Okay.
Actually, you know, she'll turn around and ask Jagged Speaker that, and that's the response that she relays. Gromthrax doesn't give a damn about honor. He cares about power. and you start Meredith, the gears start clicking in your head. You're dealing with a Holt worshiper.
We are. Someone who I think would have more kinship with Niamisa than with me.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It appears you are dealing with an entity for which the ends always justify the means.
And to me, a Holt worshipper like that would do much better picking someone else. Like at that point, just throw your lot in with Dagon
Fuck it.
or Demogorgon. Don't pretend you care about strategy.
Well, do you share this?
Yes, I do.
Well, do you guys have any particular code that you can challenge each other with?
No. No, he would throw his power against mine, and I would be facing an army. That's the way that works.
Then we need to assassinate him. But I don't know how we get his body out.
They never said that we had to bring a body back. They said that we had to procure one. Or mark one.
Procure implies bring.
1 second.
Procurement, the action of obtaining.
Yep. I do have an idea. It depends on you being a really good liar.
I'm listening.
Well, if you were to tell a fellow Holt worshipper of a source of great power to be found in the wilds that that can only be seized by that he would not want to share with his subordinates.
Meredith, are you willing and able to play supplicant?
Some way to separate him from the herd as
And supplicant to him?
Yep.
Yes. I
It's the
have
only-
pride, but I prefer schemes to pride.
I think that's it. That's the best scheme I can come up with. You're cleverer than me.
I worked as a courtesan for years. I know how to tell people what they want.
Oh yeah, baby, you're big and strong, and I've never had anyone like you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, the problem is he might not speak any languages, Oh, maybe he speaks Infernal.
That would be the bet.
So your slave comes and makes the introductions. Looking over at Selena.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, do you want to bring additional muscle? I don't really like the idea of you wandering into that fucking place by yourself, but I'm not really sure how this works.
In this instance, I don't think that would help.
Selena, do you have any get the hell out of dodges?
Let me look at her spell
like I'm perfectly aware of that of a spell that I'm probably going to learn one of these days to pop from one place to another with someone else.
I can do you one better.
Yeah.
Well, okay, never mind. I can't do you one better, but I can do you something. I can create a tactical net between all of us.
So at least we can. Oh, yeah. That means that if things get really dodgy, we can go and attack. But then these guys will attack us too.
All you have to do is not harm any of the guards.
Yeah, that's not really my strong suit, but okay.
Got it.
Not harming.
Can I roll a knowledge religion check to get some sort of insight for a gammon artifact that might pique this guy's interest?
Oh, Lord. Yes, you may.
Fantastic. That's a 24.
It's gonna be an axe. I'm just saying, it's gonna be an axe.
Chaotic shiny. At the moment, it's being used for all the wrong reasons. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Damn it. There we go. Oh my god. Fucking got him. You are familiar with... what'd you get on knowledge religion?
24.
You are familiar with a weapon known as the Spite Arc. Arc with a K, as in like a refuge
A
for
vessel.
spite. Yeah. Big vessel, much spite. It's it's a classic 2 artifact weapons. It takes on the form of whatever the wielder wants it to be. And the major thing about it is, it's a vessel for spite, and so you hold it within you, and you're able to literally weaponize your anger.
Mayor, have you thought about how you're going to explain why you're not getting it for yourself?
Yes, I have actually.
Okay, just
I'm
wanna
going
make
to
sure.
propose this as a test from Lady Niamisa.
Oh shit, that's good.
Do you
Oh,
want
wait, sorry.
Do you want to go pro? Do you want to
Yes.
stop playing games and join the fucking big time?
That's my precise angle.
Yes.
Where exactly am I telling you to go?
That's the 24. That's the thing. You don't know where the spike arc is. The
Oh,
spike.
of course not.
It-
But
See-
Cass, you know the wilds.
Okay.
Where can we trap him?
Well, I was thinking he's freaking big, even for me. Why don't we just lead him almost right to where we're gonna bring the body?
Oh my god.
Just makes things easier.
The mausoleum. If it's standing there, it would look suitably.
Actually, you know, something just occurred to me.
Hmm.
We said we would procure, and we said it would be fresh. Does the contract say anything about it being dead? The body?
Nope.
No, it doesn't.
Well, it does say that you're supposed to provide the corpse, but if you brought him to them alive, you could be like, make it happen.
Can't get fresher than this.
I mean, it's being kind of abusing the law, which I think is cool. Though, I'm all in.
I mean,
Are we not following the law like the closest to the T instead of abusing it? Like,
We're abusing the spirit of it, which is beautiful.
no, it doesn't say anything about the spirit of the law. They have to follow the letter. And let me linguistics this to give my best interpretation of what is going down. Would that be violating the terms of the contract as I understand them with the 29?
Technically, no, because
Corpus.
right, because of
Maybe-
the
maybe it's
linguistic root of corpse. Corpse is technically a dead body, but you know, corpus is just a living one.
Oh, I mean, we could also just tell him he has to defeat the
Guardians.
in order to get the artifact, and you know, 2 birds, 1 stone. Sounds really fun and efficient to me. Except I don't get to fight him then.
Never said that. You're not opposed to stabbing a man in the back, are you?
Nah, it's not as fun as the front, but that's okay.
There's hope for you yet.
Oh, baby Jesus. Okay. This is gonna be great. Okay.
How just as a notice, we're in communication through that spell, right?
Yep.
Well, if something goes wrong, we go in and we kill everything in sight to get my sister out, and then just get the hell out, because we'll figure out something else. But the most important thing is Meredith gets out of this alive.
Okay, here's the thing. I can put 2 people in the bond. I assume. Okay, yeah,
What is-
sure.
What does the bond? What does this bond do?
So the telepathic bond allows you plus 1 willing creature per 3 levels, no 2 of which can be more than 30 feet apart. And it allows them to speak telepathically. And in
Oh.
limited degrees share senses.
The 30 feet apart's a little bit of a pain.
Well, that's at the casting. Once
Oh.
once it's cast, it goes as long as you're on the same plane of existence.
Okay. Oh,
The
Hey, if
anti-paladin
you-
spell list is so fucking limiting.
if you're in this bond, does that mean you can provide instant translation?
Yep. That's why I wanted to be a part of it. Because I can also... And she snaps her fingers and goes invisible.
Perfect.
Yeah, it might have been handy for me to be invisible there too, just in case.
So, alright, so Meredith, Cassandra, and Mary get to be in on the telepathic bond. Yeah, sure, no problem. What's the casting time on that? Instantaneous. Boom, it just happens.
cool.
Congratulations, you're all sharing thoughts.
Oh, great.
Poke. Poke. Poke.
Stop it.
Just wondering what's in
Just,
there.
just control your mind just the smallest a bit.
Hmm.
Sorry, Harlan. Sorry, Sam.
Cassandra's mind, despite everything, is strangely has a strange sturdiness to it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's remarkably simple, and I'm like, there's nothing remarkable about how simple it is.
Well, Cassandra did pick up Iron Will. So-
Got him.
Yeah, I mean, go poking around too much, all you're going to find is the equivalent of hymns and wrought iron chests of memories.
Yep.
I have a will save of plus 10.
Oh, I know. That's the reason why poking.
Good, so this works. You know what's annoying, Reynold?
What?
The entire anti-paladin spell list, I don't have any buffs.
Huh.
Like, I can't give myself Eagle's Splendor. Or anything to buff, like, my Charisma. Or even my Intimidate.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah, there's fucking nothing.
You
No,
get nothing?
I
You
did
lose?
not. I did not buy a potion of Eagle Splendor at the bee's
No.
nest. I meant
No, I've
that.
got
I
stuff
should've.
like Murderous Command, Normal Command, Demand Offering, Detect Poison, Detect the Faithful. There's a lot of stuff related to very, very tiny combat things, but nothing worth the very few spell slots that I get.
All the choices you have are bad ones, but you still have to choose.
Why do you think I've just been preparing Inflict Wounds and Bone Shaker? There's no fucking...
I mean, seriously, anti-paladins have one awesomely powerful ability, and that's really it. I mean, that touch attack you've got is ridiculous, but the rest of it's not as good as paladins.
Yep. Which I find unfair. Just saying.
Fucking.
I will be right back. 1 minute.
Yeah, it's interesting. They sort of end up being more caster than martial because their touch attack is just so freaking ridiculously powerful compared to everything else.
Huh.
I mean, just being able to apply multiple conditions like, you know, the staggered, stunned. They've got a lot of really nasty things with that touch.
Yeah, they sure do. Which is great. But I haven't been able to use a single smite ability yet.
You need to
Yes.
get a channeling weapon.
I mean, it does me no good if what I have is smite good and smite chaos.
No, but you can use channeling weapon with your thing. If that,
Oh, I can apply the touch attack through my weapon.
yeah.
Ooh. That'd be fucking sick. It'd be pretty good.
I believe that's how it works. Conducting, isn't that? I think is the name of the ability. Okay, we doing this?
Yes, we are. Yep.
Okay, well, unless someone can turn me invisible, I guess I'll wait until I get the word.
I mean, I can turn you invisible, not for very long.
Oh, how long?
I have to check 1 sec.
Vanish is 5 rounds.
No, I have invisibility to spell.
Oh, that's 9 minutes.
Oh, is that enough time?
Probably not.
I guess I'll wait.
Oh, wait. We're not all going, are we?
No.
Then you can just borrow my ring.
Does it work like that? I mean, doesn't you have to attune?
Does it only work for me?
Bitch, attunement don't exist. You cut off his hand, you put that fucking ring on.
Would that be okay?
If you don't lose it and bring it back, I'll have to come find you if you don't come back with it. So.
Well, if I don't come back with it, it's probably because I got hacked into pieces.
Yeah, so don't do that.
All right, I'll try.
Can I make a knowledge arcana check to know how invisibility affects sensing auras?
Oh, wait a second. Something just occurred to me. What's the point of us having the telepathic bond if we're all there? Okay, so all right, you keep a hold of it. I'll just be ready to wade in if it comes to it.
All right.
That way we can all get notified. Unless, yeah, we already did the telepathic bond thing. Crap.
Too late.
We wouldn't be able to get notice of. Meredith, don't die.
It'll take more than that to kill me. This is what I do.
I don't know if you're able to respond just because you're not so used to telepathy.
No, I'm not, but I will just send the equivalent of a neutral affirmative.
Oh, it's a pity innuendo is no longer a skill.
Mm-hmm. Physically, I will just nod to Selena.
Right. You realize that even though she communicated with you telepathically, no one else heard it. And then it dawns, oh, of course she's very good at compartmentalizing her thoughts.
Makes perfect sense. Oh, I forgot that I had that. That will come in handy later.
This is a secret tool that we'll use later.
Hell Knight skill, Force of Will. I get a +2 versus compulsion spell effects.
Do you also exile a blue card from your hand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Force of Will is one of the most infamous counterspells of all time, because you can pay 1 life and exile another blue card from your hand to cast it for no cost.
Oh.
So it leads to a lot of scenarios in formats where it's legal, where an opponent has no mana up, and you're like, don't force me. Don't force this.
You don't want this.
Right, and you cast the thing, and they're like, ooh, Force of Will. No, absolutely not. You're not casting that. And you're like, fuck!
There's actually a feat in Pathfinder called Force of Personality, which might be great for you at some point. You add your charisma bonus to your will save.
Yep.
I mean, your will save is already ridiculous, so never mind.
Well, you add your charisma bonus instead of your wisdom.
Oh no, it's literally added together for that one. So even if you have a minus on your charisma bonus, it's still stacked. Which I learned because I do have a minus on my charisma bonus.
Oof. So there's steadfast personality, which is add your charisma modifier instead of your wisdom bonus and will saves. Oh, but if you have a wisdom penalty, you must apply both your wisdom penalty and your charisma modifier.
Oh, okay. So it's only if you have negative.
Right. That's weird. You know what? I'm gonna take the buff that you had, Dave, and I'm gonna take the nerf, and I'm gonna split the difference. No, you just get to add your charisma modifier instead of your wisdom to will saves. Ignore your wisdom penalty.
Oh, all right. Well, that works well for me if I ever get it.
Anyway, so Meredith, you're gonna go into the Minotaur village.
Yes.
As you're going in, give me a delicious sense motive roll.
Sure. 21.
21. Selena communicates with you telepathically, and it's just like, I have no idea what these guys are thinking. I think they're gonna kill you.
Probably. They
Actually,
can try.
you know that they're confused, just as confused as the other tribe, but their response is just more aggressive.
Hmm. I am going.
Try and fall.
Yeah, I will give Infernal a try and try ordering them to step aside or take us to Gromthrax.
Do you inform Selena of their altered behavior?
Yes.
Ooh, tell them that we've come with a gift. And say this. These ones aren't going to be able to speak Infernal. And she gives you a quick, phonetic pronunciation of giant for, I have a gift for your leader.
Okay. I'm going to make a linguistics check at a -5 for that.
That is correct.
So 7 plus 9 is 16.
You sound like Andre the Giant in The Princess Bride. And hey, you got a lot of charm behind this, but your words just don't sound right. Because you don't know what you're saying. But you explain it, and the Minotaur says something back, and Selena translates and says, he says that you can give it to him, and he'll give it to the king. What do you want to say?
That's not how this works. And, I suppose I'll see if my holy symbol means anything to them. You should share it.
You hold that up, and Selena gives you a rough translation. Give me an intimidate roll.
Gladly. That's a natural 20 for a 34.
Fucking...
Knees buckle.
Of note, I do have an aura of cowardice, so those within a 10-foot radius of me will have a -4 to their fear.
He just looks at you and says, I understand completely. I will take you to King Gromthrax.
Very good.
Minotaurs piss all the time. Doesn't mean anything.
Don't worry about it. And he takes you to King Gromthrax's throne room, which is at the very top of the highest stone flow. And looks to the Minotaur and he's like, what's the meaning of this? And the Minotaur's like, she says she has a gift for you. And he's like, his eyes narrow, and he's just like, he says something to you in Giant, and she's just, and Selena Train's like, he just wants to know what the fuck is going on. I think he speaks Infernal.
Okay. Give me about 60 seconds.
Understood.
Uh-oh. Cap crafting.
God, I wish I could, I don't know, translate that that Leahy gif into real life. Just like, I don't know, I feel that all the time. Just somebody hits me with something and I'm just like, I can't. I get a fucking case of the vapors. It's a pity he's dead. I don't feel incorrect in saying that Mr. Leahy is the heart and soul of fucking Trailer Park Boys.
Oh. Some references I'll never understand. And I'm not sure if I feel bad about that. No, I don't feel bad about that.
Not about this one, no. Although I will say, Trailer Park Boys does do a great job of expressing how poverty works. Like, as ridiculous and absurd as it is, it does a fantastic job of representing what poverty is like, or what a poverty-ridden environment is like. Like, it's a little quote-unquote sanitized, but at the same time, some essence of the spirit remains. Like Randy, the shirtless guy holding up the gigantic bottle of whiskey there. Like, he's addicted to cheeseburgers, and if he isn't fed properly, he will go hook for cheeseburgers because he's just a prostitute and needs his fix. Meanwhile, he and Leahy are in a romantic relationship, but at the same time, most of the trailer park is so inherently homophobic that they would disapprove of such a thing. Whereas, for the most part, our main character and cast, strangely enough, don't care. There's also just like a whole lot of very good talking to cop jargon. One of the characters, there are only two things he's good at: growing weed and talking to cops. And like, when he talks to cops, it's beautiful.
Legalized pot must be like totally fucking with his skill set.
What's up?
I said legalized pot must be fucking with his skill set.
Oh yeah, no, ruining his existence. But just like, you know what they say, if you're dealing with a police officer, just tell them what they need to hear to make them go away. In that vein, this character is super good at telling cops what they need to hear to get them to do what you want them to do. Not just make them go away.
By the way, Cass is giving Sam and Harlan a blow-by-blow of the of what's going on.
I should mention, Cass, you are not hearing what Selena is telepathically transmitting.
Okay.
But you can hear everything that Meredith transmits.
I hear is Meredith transmitting what's going on?
No, she's not. What you hear if you peer into her thoughts is a rapid translation going from celestial to common to infernal of the words that she's about to say. So it's kind of a jumbled mess.
especially if you don't know all 3 of those languages.
I got the celestial and common bit, but then it goes to hell.
Yeah, she's altering the wording of this specific thing, going from defaulting to how she might say it to a courtier, to like a criminal, to no, this guy is a king, so I have to say it that way, or that will make me seem weak, so I have to say it this way with this inflection, and it's a lot. But she does speak in Infernal. King Gromthrax the Heartless, I presume. My name is Hargrave, Hell Knight Signifer of Holt. I recognize a fellow faithful of the Contender Emperor when I see one. Your aura marks you such.
Yes, that is correct. I hear that you come bearing a gift.
My gift for you is a task directly from our Lord. Lady Neemisa sent me along with her regards. Your devotion and prowess hasn't gone unnoticed, nor will it go unrewarded. Are you familiar with the Gemin artifact, the Spite Arc?
Intimately. Give me a beautiful bluff and then a sense motive.
Gladly.
He's already got it. No.
Oh, piss!
That would suck. My bluff is... I'm not multiplying, game. It's a 32 on my bluff. And for my sense motive, that is a 18 plus 10 is 28.
Okay, so number 1, you have put up a fantastic bluff. Number 2, he knows about the item, he's not as familiar with it as he says he is.
Okay. It is an artifact of the War of the Seven Winds, hungry for a new wielder. It's a weapon capable of harnessing one's hate to cause utter focused destruction to their enemies. And Our Lady has heard it whisper that you may have the chance to prove yourself worthy. So your task is thus: go to its resting place, defeat its guardians, and claim this power for your own.
No problem.
Does King Gromthrax have a map?
He does. And he comes out with a map of the wilds.
How much of that did I get?
Give me a delicious linguistics roll.
Oh fuck. Do I get to get an interroll?
Nope. Well, linguistics is an intelligence skill.
Okay. Well, that's a 16.
16. All right, you actually got quite a bit of that.
I just sort of don't forget that it's an individual task. Holy quest, not for all his guards and stuff.
Ooh, that's gonna be hard to swing. Cap. He's not gonna like bring everyone with him, but he's gonna bring an entourage. And once they leave, they're not Jagged Speaker's responsibility.
There's a stipulation to this. I travel the wilds with my one companion. You may bring one as well, but no more. Anything more is a sign of weakness.
If you're good, you only need one.
And she'll sort of give a smile like that.
Arador. Oh, you know what? He lets out a bullish yawn,
Mm-hmm.
and another Minotaur appears at the door. Arador. Is what his name tag says. No. And he's a fucking brick house. Yes, my king. We're going on a walk. Next time!
Yes!
Can the party keep this ruse up? Can they keep their shit together? We'll find out next time in Septemport 2.
We'll fucking figure it out, man.